Hey guys, welcome to our second Schmoedown reflection. Today we are actually doing for the week of Free For All, since tomorrow is Free For All. We're going back in time, back to the future, to watch one of the best videos on YouTube ever made, I think, objectively. So I'm going to go around the board to introduce people here. A lot of familiar faces are going to be coming in and out. So this is going to be a very free-for-all-esque kind of Skype recording. So this is going to be great, guys. Sandy, how are you doing today, man? What are your memories of this match?
I mean, well, I was on with you with the last throwback that we did, and you saw me wearing my Andreyko t-shirt. So of course, the Andreyko knockout is one of my favorite moment of the entire of all Schmoedown. So I think that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. And it was just such a massive moment.
It was great. It was great. Jeremy Adams, the Atom. What are your thoughts on this? And are you pumped?
Oh yeah, this was definitely one of the highlights for me in terms of any video I've ever seen on YouTube, any sort of game show type, and certainly of the Schmoedown. This was such a huge moment when it happened. I remember being skeptical, like, how are they going to have 35 people on one show? How is that even going to work? And the way that they did it was just so awesome. And yeah, I'm not going to, spoil everything, but there were so many great moments, including the one that Sandy mentioned. And yeah, I think I had to watch some of it at work, which I often do with these. But, it's like trying not to celebrate and be in joy when you're working. It's always interesting.
And Jeremy Hastings, how are you doing, man? What are your thoughts on this match, and are you pumped to rewatch it?
I'm definitely pumped to rewatch it. It's fun to have. As a fellow Schmoedown reactor, this was a match that kind of inspired me to start reacting to Schmoedown. So the fun part about this is trying to remember, who came out when, what questions, screwed up players. So it's kind of fun to come back and relive all this stuff over again. So I'm really looking forward to it.
100%. And remember, Malcolm, what are your memories of this match? Are you glad to re-experience it?
Yeah, I'm definitely glad to re-experience it. Like the Andreyko moment was probably one of my favourite moments from the Schmoedown from last year. So back to get to see it again and get to see who was in it and who might be in the next one would be interesting.
Introducing your first 5 competitors.
Right. I'm trying to remember the first 5. I think it was Kalinowski. No, I'm drawing a blank. Humphrey was 4, and I think Snyder was 5.
It was Volkov.
Mike Kalinowski.
What he called it when he was right here. He was 1-1, and what a difference a year makes.
Yeah, he was like almost a nobody in the league at this point, but now he's like one of the best.
Yeah, I was not that impressed with him yet at this point. Yeah, I remember that.
But
Master change.
Yeah, he now is like a monster. This is the reason why he's called KO.
He is the former team champion.
I'm drawing a blank on who 3 was.
Perry's partner.
Yeah, did Matt Nose even score a point in this?
He did terribly.
I think he got 1 point. I think he got 1.
I don't think he did.
But he may not have.
He got shut out.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, so that was a bummer.
Yeah, Boyko.
Yeah. The Vulture was always a weird name.
The guy that could never just pull the one he needed at the end.
Think we'll ever see him again?
I don't know.
I think he will come back again.
He might be in the Free For All again.
Free For All, that's what I would say.
He could be.
Because there's some faces we haven't seen in actual matches.
There's a lot of new people, a lot of reactors they brought in. I mean,
there's 48 people. Yeah, you don't know. You never know.
Man.
That's gonna be one long. Whoever, if they can last the whole way. That's a long.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There he is.
Whoever-
The superstar of the event.
Yep, Jeremy. Not Jeremy. John. Did I say Jeremy? No. I mean John Humphrey. John Humphrey.
I thought he sucked before this. I don't know about what you guys thought.
Whoever last.
That was probably the biggest surprise of the free for all for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well, I
whoever.
remember watching and thinking, "Oh, he's still there." Oh,
I know.
wow.
Boo. Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
Love it. Love it.
He comes out in all white too, right?
Yeah, so we can hate him all we want. Without them, this league would be a little boring at times.
No. Be really boring.
Yeah.
I just hear
Perfect.
Mark Ford screaming in my ears, so I try not to smack talk him too much.
Oh, I remember Snyder missed like I thought one of the easiest questions of the entire event in this thing.
I remember.
Oh, I was just like, seriously? You have the belt and you walk away on that question.
One would think that Snyder's probably
Whoever lasts the longest in the next free for all with 48 people is like undeniably like on Mount Rushmore. They have to be.
Oh, yeah.
will get 5 questions. 15
You think we'll
seconds
see
to answer
Dan
the
come
question.
back?
Make sure that the same thing is in a regular match.
Haven't they been
When you
teasing
are
that
asked the question,
something?
reveal
No.
it when you are asked to, and also
I have no
say,
idea.
15 seconds. The lowest amount of
And
points
it'd be
will
nice if he
be
could run the table and
eliminated.
then go for the
So
title
if you
again.
have the same amount of points, if someone has 3, and the rest have 4, the 3s are gone. All right.
I mean,
are you
it'd be
ready to
very
get
interesting.
going? Mike,
But, I mean, he's now got
John,
a full workload
and
at Junkie. At Screen Junkies.
Champions are born.
I have to remember
All
what
right,
I
then
knew and
let's
what I
get
missed.
ready to
I'll probably remember.
Here we go in your first category, the category of 80s films. What was the name of Kelly LeBrock's character in Weird Science?
I just
I
asked.
remember
I
this.
just asked this question in the family guide. See,
It's when Volt.
there's gonna be a lot of that where I'm like, oh no.
4,
I
When-
worded it differently.
When he put Lisa down in the entire, and they almost gave it to him, and the crowd lost it in the back.
incorrect. She's over
I
Yeah,
there.
you
remember
put this bit down.
Potty McCop
Yeah.
pants.
Incorrect.
Elizabeth is what he said.
100%.
Howdy,
No, incorrect. Incorrect.
Elizabeth,
Ah,
yeah.
screw you.
All right, John.
I wrote Angelina is correct.
Incorrect.
Elizabeth.
And Snyder.
Heather.
No one gets any points. The correct answer was Lisa. Lisa.
God.
Lisa.
This is crazy. None of them
Greg
knew
Sherry,
that.
very happy. He got a question right in the crowd.
What was the answer?
Lisa.
No, Brett.
All right. All right. So next category.
All right. Elizabeth, come on.
No.
Competitors,
So
No.
sexy, Lisa.
we move into your next category. And your next
Nost is
category
one of
comes
my
to you
favorite
from
players of all
Action
time. He just of
Adventure. What
his
home
comebacks are
improvement star
perfect.
appeared briefly
Yeah.
in
On
Fast
top of that,
and
this was when the
Furious
Four Horsemen
Tokyo
was still
Drift.
around, which I think they're
Oh,
making
yeah.
a comeback if
I know.
John's hints are.
Yeah, I know. I knew this one.
That's not the one you want. No, I did not. Not in this.
Not the one with bicycles.
I don't. No one at the table knew it. I don't think. I don't. If I remember
Bro,
correctly.
I don't think.
Three.
Yeah, they all got.
They all thought it was Pam
One comes
Anderson.
down, Matt Nost.
No idea. Pamela Anderson.
Incorrect.
Well, one of them came close and said
Jonathan
Tyler,
Boyd. Incorrect. John.
said Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incorrect. Kalinowski.
Kevin Dunn.
What the hell?
Incorrect. Look
Incorrect.
at
We're
this.
looking
No
for.
Let's be real, that
Jack
movie's
Bryant.
garbage.
All right. All right.
I don't
So
like
your
Tokyo Drift at
your
all.
next category in the category.
Nice job.
I
He was
don't
the
like
bully at the beginning. of
Doesn't
the
that
school
guy on
scene,
Z
right?
Pizza
Oh.
just down the
Raced the main character in his
What
Daddy's
winning
Viper.
horse was
Yeah.
owned by Jeff
Yeah, I haven't
Bridges,
seen- I
trained
don't think
by
I've seen that
Chris
movie
Cooper,
fully
and
through.
ridden by Tobey Maguire.
I've seen
Major
it. a lot.
guilty pleasure for me.
Hmm.
Oh come on!
Guys, my pen's
I hope they all got
in.
this.
FYI.
They didn't.
I don't think they did.
Jeez. Oh my
You would
dear
think.
God.
5,
Yeah, that was real.
Secretary.
2,
Guess who
I
got
think
it?
somebody
Hands down.
says it. I think
Jonathan
somebody
Boyko.
says it.
Secretariat?
Incorrect. Jonathan.
That would be
See, no,
Seabiscuit, aka
yeah.
the biscuit.
Correct.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't-
1 point.
I don't think Noach got anything.
Kalinowski, John from
The biscuit.
Real Rejects,
He
and
was-
Snyder all have 1 point. Kalinowski and Voyko are down now by 1.
All right, guys, your next
Matt
question
Snyder
comes
was
to you from
covering
the
part of the answer with
category
his hand, by the way. They should have
comedy.
caught
He
that.
does that the whole time.
Question.
Idiot.
Who played the actor?
This was still in the its infancy. Like a lot of the stuff, it still was growing when this came out. This is April of last year, so a lot changed.
Yeah.
I don't know if I remembered this at the time, because I just rewatched Tropic Thunder.
Oh, Osiris, yeah.
2, 1, John.
So good.
Incorrect.
Jeff.
With Robert Downey Jr.
Correct.
All right, Mike.
Jay Birchnell.
No.
No.
Matt.
Oh yeah.
Tom Cruise.
No. And Voico.
Robert Downey Jr.
There you go.
Correct.
Voico on the board. All right, Voico on the board, but Jeff
I would
Snyder now
challenge
has
that
2
question
points.
though, because
Jeff Snyder is
what's his
now in
real
the lead.
name?
So if I get
He's,
this question
Kurt
right, all these
something.
guys are eliminated, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, not if Nose doesn't get any.
Right?
Oh, not if Nose doesn't get this.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Matt
I
has
get
to
it,
get
I
this
get it.
correct.
All right, here we go. Last question.
Forgive me.
Last question in this round. Category of Hitchcock films. Who did Hitchcock cast opposite James Stewart in Vertigo?
Oh.
Stupid movie I should have gotten.
Did you know that, Sandy?
I remembered it now. Yeah.
Do you think you knew it then?
I didn't know it then. No.
Well, let's
Okay.
see what's going to happen. We're going to find out.
Probably know because of me.
Contenders are coming in here.
Or
5,
because of this.
4,
Kim Novak.
2, 1. Jeff Snyder.
Yep.
I got Kim Novak.
How many of you were part of the
1 point.
NTS
All right.
group when
Announcer.
this match came out?
Nose, get it.
Nope.
Oh, I
January.
was.
I mean,
All right,
I was in the
Jonathan.
Facebook group. I
All right.
I just wasn't as active, I don't think.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think anyone knew who I was, but I was there.
Doesn't matter. Round over. Mighty Matt Nost has been eliminated.
Oh, Matt.
Oh, Matt.
I forgot.
Well, like,
I forgot Matt was the first. I forgot Matt was the first one out.
He only needed to get one.
Who do you guys think is going to be the? Who do you guys?
needed to
6
not,
was Matt
To
Ashby.
introduce our number 6
he only needed to
contender.
not screw up Seabiscuit.
Who do you guys think is going to be the first one eliminated for the free for all? Even though you don't know the order.
Action it
48 people, it's pretty hard to guess.
Coming in at
Yeah.
No doubt this guy can make a deep
I'm gonna guess Coy. Coy
I mean, I
Janitor.
always say I think the worst player ever in the history of the game is John Schnepp, so if he's in there, he'll go out.
Strong statement.
He looks calm and relaxed.
Dang.
Way
John-
worse than Vince
No,
Stock, way worse.
He's the
All right, our
first.
scoreboards are
He's
reset
the
to
first
0,
to put
gentlemen.
Pluto
The
for
next
a
set of 5 questions
Northwestern
starts
city.
with a question from the
Oh.
category.
Lippity, bippity, bippity, whatever he says.
They still actually won that match, I think, right? What was that with
Korean
against?
Field Hospital is brought to
Superhero
life
News,
in
I think.
laughs.
Track.
In what
Yeah, they still won. I think they won because of Robert, but they still won.
Just watched this again. Twice.
Seen him pull a lot of big answers out of this
It was
category.
on TV. I was bored.
He's been actually removed from the building for safety.
You think Snap's the worst player?
3, 2, 1.
I do.
Count out.
He's got to be up there in the top 5. Sure. Top.
Yeah, everyone says Finstock, and I honestly think Finstock's better.
Well, he
It's
beat.
not too bad. He meaner geeked him.
He,
Yeah,
he
I
did
mean-
well in the horror match.
Yeah.
Schnepp did?
The team match with Ash versus Evil Dead, but he didn't win it. Whitney won that, but
Snyder actually all get 1 point there.
I mean, I think
I
John's
remember
got very
missing
specific
That's it.
knowledge base.
I forgot John wasn't in this free for all either.
You can always hear Makuga.
In what 90s
Well,
comedy
also-
does a female character tell her
Yeah, but
peers
also
that
like
she invented a
JT wasn't
special
in
type
this
of
one,
glue?
and
What
Makuga
90s
wasn't in
comedy
this one.
does a
Clark
female
wasn't
character
either.
tell her
Clark
peers
wasn't?
that she
Yeah,
invented a
Clark.
special type of
That's
glue?
what I'm saying. Like this.
See, I
free
still
for
don't
all,
remember this one.
We had one surprise, which was
4,
Ellis, which some people thought for sure he was going to be in it, but he
And,
said
and
he
Mark
wasn't.
Bernard in.
Yeah,
incorrect.
but then when they came out, so I'm thinking this year is going to be full of more surprises
Nothing. John,
Can't hardly wait.
no.
because it's not as talked about of how who's in and who's not this year.
No, it is not. Looking for Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
With 48
Yeah.
people, there's not a lot of people who'd be.
What?
There. No points there. All right.
Is that correct, Sandy?
Yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Because
Yeah,
I know they say they invented Post-its.
Wait,
When did they-
well, that's no. They didn't invent Post-its. They invented the glue for Post-its.
okay.
2016 remake
So it's just
of
a
The
tricky ass
Magnificent
question.
Seven.
Mr. Fuqua.
I like the number 7.
And I like this remake. So
Four,
Yeah, it was okay.
3,
it's not as good as
one,
the
pens
there's no
down.
question, but
Jonathan Boyd,
I
Not as
enjoyed
good
it.
as the original. It's
Correct,
Seven Samurai.
John.
Antoine Fuqua.
Correct. Snyder.
Was this the first match to put the questions on the screen?
No,
Too much.
I think it started
Wow, okay,
that.
so there you go. Our
I think
next
the very
category
first
then,
match of the
in the
season was it.
category of
Because I remember when it
holiday
first came out, I hated it
What
at first, and then I
actress
was like,
played the role of
why have
adult
we never had the
Mary
questions
in
on the
It's a
screen
Wonderful
before? Now I
Life?
know what they're talking about. When I forgot
Who
it, so.
played the role of adult Mary in It's a
Who
Wonderful
But
doesn't
yeah,
Life?
I think it was JTE Bibbs. Was
I
the
want to
first
say it
one.
was. I want to say it was the JTE Clark Wolf match because that was when they started doing the motion intros and all that.
Well, that could be too.
When I was a kid, I watched the Donna Reed show. Off top.
That's incorrect. Snyder.
Always Christmas
Oh,
movies
this
for the Jews.
is
Julie
Snyder.
Andrews,
Jewish people don't watch them.
Kalinowski.
Nothing.
Matt.
See, a lot of people
Dave Vigoda.
think that John Humphreys did so good, but if you actually count up the questions he got right,
Oh, man.
it isn't that
Donna
many. He just
Reed.
outlasted some other
Donna Reed.
people.
That's the secret to it.
You just
gotta be
just
better than last place.
you just
He
have
had some pretty
to
good,
fly
good
by.
pulls, like in
Last
the
question
11,
here, there's a
12 round
possibility that
Yeah.
That's when I started getting
Voico and
impressed
Snyder
with him.
get these questions correct. They advance, and everybody else will be eliminated. But we'll see what happens.
Well, Voico and Snyder are not in
No.
danger of being eliminated on this
He gone.
question in
No, they're
particular.
not.
They're safe
He gone.
for now. If the other three can tie them up, we'll go to a sudden death. Gentlemen, your final question in this round comes to you from the category of animated. Steve Martin and Martin Short voiced High Priests Hotep and Hoy in what animated feature?
I remember.
Question?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Steve Martin and Martin
I know.
Short
And you imagine how
voiced
long that
the
videos
voices
are going to
of
be.
High Priest
They're
characters
adding,
Hotep and Hoy
they're
in
adding
what
players, and they're
animated
probably going to do
feature?
more promos and
Get it
everything.
from Hotep.
These two guys do, whether they're in
You
live
should go away.
action, animated, what
Playing-
do you got?
Playing bluegrass doesn't matter to me.
4, 3, 2, 1. Jeff Snyder. Oh, John. Sorry. Is it John? Oh, Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder.
All right. I got the Prince of Egypt.
That is correct. Jeff Snyder will advance.
Snyder advances. All right, Kalinowski.
Nothing.
Nothing. All right, Matt.
Prince of Egypt.
Correct.
Correct. That is 2. And
I
remember that was-
Voico.
I had Emperor's New Groove.
Good pull by Humphrey.
And John.
Prince of Egypt.
That is correct.
That is correct.
However, because so right now,
Out.
because
KO
everyone
win.
reached into Mike Kalinowski has been
And you're right,
eliminated.
how much a year makes. He was in the number one contender match.
Still on the table, only one person. They both saved Prince of Egypt. All right.
And he'll be
Yeah,
in it
still
again.
Introducing
I still wasn't
our
impressed
next
with
competitor.
with him. It
As
took a
soon as
little
he-
while after this.
As soon as he
He
dropped the
is
killer,
A
Uh-huh.
new rookie
he really
to
started
the
to take
scene,
off.
Chris the Kid Hartwell.
Chris Hartwell, we barely knew you. I don't think he ever showed up again.
This first
did.
question, I think it is my favorite question from this entire meet, entire show. Is because Snyder's reaction is priceless.
Yeah, I remember this because the question.
It said
Question
Kevin
was an
Costner.
Untouchables
It
question.
said
Yeah, it
Kevin
was-
Right now,
Costner.
Yeah.
Jeff Snyder's
Just
having a nice
who
little
said
round there. Actually, also
Kevin
advanced.
Costner? He
And
put Kevin
Voico
Costner.
and John, all those guys
Snyder
really
was-
well. As
That
we
was
now
Hartwell.
get to crime movies. What actor won an Oscar for teaching Kevin Costner?
Yeah, who taught
the
him it was a Chicago way?
to
And
get to Capone in The Untouchables?
One of the Oscar teaching Kevin Costner. The answer is Kevin Costner.
That's a really
who taught
Yep.
Kevin Costner? Kevin Costner. He did it.
It's such a good
I
question.
remember
Hartwell
I
just
asked,
gets it back.
I asked Chance the Julia Roberts question once, and he said Kevin
You wanna start
Costner
with the kid?
is the answer.
Kevin Costner?
Wait, we teased it for
All
that
right,
for a year after that. We still tease
I'll
him.
tell you, Throwback.
I don't know, was it with the Costner
Sean
question?
Correct. All right, John.
On board.
Sean Connery.
Correct.
Correct.
John.
My mind blanked out and I wrote Tom Savini.
All right, and Jeff.
Good.
Because how cool would that be?
Losers always whine about their best.
Sean
Connery.
Okay, so
Yeah,
right now,
after that
three of them
first
get it correct. All right, here we go.
Question, I can see why Chris was a little embarrassed to not come
Gentlemen, your
back.
second question
Yeah.
in this round comes to you from the category
Not a great
of
impression.
Westerns.
I think
Yeah,
he moved to like
he's-
Texas, right?
Name two of the three lead
He
actors
moved,
who
I
were
don't
in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Name two
Oh, we
of
all
the
know
three
one.
lead actors for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah, John Wayne, right?
Could you scratch my
Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah.
Rhapsody.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. All right, pens
Oh,
down.
what
Matt
Schneider's answer is the
I'm
best.
showing off. Eli Wallach.
Yeah, 'cause he gets-
Van Cleef.
We'll take
He
it.
heard the
All
wrong
right.
question. He thought.
There it is.
Nothing?
Yeah, no, I wrote Lee.
Snyder was
I
like,
took so long to
"What?
write Lee
He
Van
got it
Cleef,
right."
I didn't have time to write Clint
Schneider
Eastwood,
lost
so,
his mind on
John.
this.
I wrote Lee Van Cleef and Clint Eastwood, and I drew a gun and a hat.
All right, there you go.
That'll do.
No points
That
to
hat
the
was
car.
amazing in that movie.
Right?
Everyone's gonna make fun of me. I thought you said The Quick and the Dead. Gene Hackman and Sharon Stone.
Could have been a fatal mistake there.
Also starring Leo DiCaprio,
Okay,
Russell
so no.
Crowe.
Next category is 90s films. Back to 90s films. What does Lloyd spike Harry's
good
coffee
answer.
with in Dumb and Dumber? Oh, yeah.
Come
I
on.
wish they'd have been way more specific on this one and not just say laxative, but it was
Yeah.
actually
There's 5,
blow.
4.
No, Colin Blow Saturday Night Live. This was
Excellent.
it's lax something. It had a funny lax name. I know
Super
'cause I-
lax, something like that.
Something like that. I wrote a question on it.
X-Lax.
That's correct.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
correct.
Colin Blow is one of
Laxative.
my favorite
Correct.
SNL skits.
Little known fact, PCP is a laxative.
Oh, incorrect. Oh, actually, wow.
All right, gentlemen. Your next question comes to you from the
Kind of
category
is.
of movie
It
quotes.
makes something come out somewhere.
Name the film
Yeah.
with the following quote.
Jeremy's gone.
Snakes. Why do they have to be snakes?
Oh,
man.
This is the one right here.
Please
This is the
tell
one.
me who the hell missed
Anybody
this?
can draw.
It was Snyder. It was Snyder.
Oh, for the love of
It is
Christ.
true, yeah.
The team champion missed. He literally puts. I think he puts snakes on a plane. I really think he does.
John.
I'm having
Yes.
horrible flashbacks.
He
now.
puts snakes on a plane.
He
And
does.
guess what? It doesn't even say MF or anything for Samuel
Snakes on a
Jackson.
plane.
He just says it. It's snakes on a plane.
God.
Oh my dear God, Snyder.
Correct, Matt.
This is your champion, people.
Jonathan.
Raiders of
And
the
I-
Lost Ark.
Wow, look at that. All right. Wow. So right now.
Suddenly, Snyder's
And I think that spells the end for him. I think he loses. This is him. Because Hal Rudnick comes back.
All right, last question here,
I think-
guys. The category of Disney films.
Because when they say Screen Junkies, everybody thinks it's
World is from what Disney
Dan, but
animated
it doesn't have the same theme.
Oh, come on, people.
I know, right?
Position here where
Pocahontas. Jeez.
Snyder and Harlow.
Come on, Sam. Even you know this
Answer this
one.
question.
All right, 5.
Well, I mean, somebody, I think in a recent match didn't know who Governor Radcliffe was the main villain of, so I wouldn't put it past
Yeah,
him.
that's
All right,
a
now this
little
is where it gets
harder
tricky
than
here,
Party
Matt
Overall.
Atchie.
I mean, come on.
All right, and Jonathan.
Little Mermaid.
Correct. And John Humphrey.
Little Mermaid.
Correct.
That's
All
true,
right, so
Little
with
Mermaid.
that,
Okay, I think they all got it,
Hartwell is
right?
eliminated, and
Thank
Jeff
God.
Snyder
Yeah.
has been
And Jeff Snyder.
Chris.
And when I first watched this, I thought, even the second time I watched it, I thought Snyder was going to go farther.
We all did.
When he came out, I thought he was going to be the one that runs the
Me and
table.
Vicky was gonna say snakes on a plane and BS like that.
Yeah, when you go back and you lost on a good and the bad, the ugly, and then Raiders of the Lost Ark question, you gotta be a little upset with yourself.
I don't know. I guess that's why I expected him to lose more matches. Maybe this was in the back of my head. Hey.
Greg Alba, the first sighting of the fake abs.
That's nice. It's nice. Nice touch.
I'll be right back, guys.
The 5th competitor representing Screen Junkies. He is the icon.
I freaking love Hal. He may not be great, but his personality.
Oh.
It is fun that he actually did beat somebody in this, though.
Okay.
He and his dad bring so much to the
Gentlemen,
Schmoedown.
Your first question in this brand new round.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now.
Comedy.
Took you a second, did it?
What 2004 movie involves a jaguar shark?
He'll be back.
Documentary filmmaking and an
His match is
attack
tomorrow,
by
isn't it?
modern-day pirates.
Trek.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good question.
Confused looks on the faces up there at the table.
All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Hal Rudnick.
The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Correct, for 1 point. Matt Atchie.
I did
Hal
not have that
Rudnick knew a question Matt
Woodcock,
Ashley did not.
All right.
Correct.
And John.
Happens.
Hal
Yeah.
Rudnick.
And Greg.
I forget how good Matt does with this, actually.
I mean,
I think it.
Madagascar.
And John. Still
When Matt entered the league in singles, I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to go real far, and then Tim Franco shut him down.
Does Sebastian want to call his jazz club? Someone, I think, some overrated comments coming.
yeah, the audience.
The White Boy Jazz Cafe.
We are going to be graced by the great Kristen Smith soon.
Ooh.
Hype for Kristen. Hype.
Sebs with a little note for the B.
It's incorrect. All right.
My favorite
John,
Take 3 member. No, I'm just
Blue
kidding.
Note.
It's awesome.
Correct.
That's you, Chris.
Oh, it's alright. My heart flatters with happiness.
That's what I thought.
I got the real answer. The White Boy Jazz Cafe.
And the reason why, one of the reasons I watched Take 3 is when you, no offense when Bibbs lost, nothing against you, but your reaction was priceless. So.
I'm trying to delete my reactions of that because I want to pretend that that never happened.
Well, I felt so bad because he's one of the one players that I literally want to.
You made the pill easier to swallow, Clark.
My headphones don't say that.
Odds beat.
Nothing would make me
ever in
more
your favor?
happy than Bibbs winning the free-for-all.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
All right, John. Shh. We got to check. Take it easy.
It would just be.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Correct.
We have Freya.
I was a fan of Bibbs years before.
Yeah.
He was in the Schmoedown.
I first heard of
I
him.
always
The BB's podcast is one of the best podcasts I've ever made.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was my movie talk before it got discontinued. And thank God, I know Critically Acclaimed is basically B Movie's podcast 2.0.
It is.
I know Kristen listens to Critically Acclaimed too when she gets on. But yeah.
I remember seeing Bibbs on a bunch of the What the Flick videos. I remember seeing him on their review of Fan Tour Stick.
Yeah. They ripped that into your asshole. But if you haven't listened to Critically Acclaimed, it's one of the best podcasts ever.
They'll help you in your trivia career too.
He's only saying that because he loves Bibbs and Whitney.
Hello.
I'm saying because I love them too.
I think Kristen Loki loves them as well.
Oh, they're good guys.
They're okay.
They're good guys.
Who played Emily?
You know who we all really love at the end of the day?
Me?
Is Tom. Oh, fine. Yeah.
Dagnito.
Yeah, Tom.
That potato.
Potato. Oh.
Tom is like.
Tom's
yeah, Tom's hilarious.
3, 2, 1. Pen down. Greg Alba. Incorrect.
Your mom.
Incorrect. Matt.
So, are you going live or something? Or?
We're not live. I'm just recording. I'm gonna give you a time code when you're ready.
Thanks. Whenever.
Okay. Pause at 46 minutes, and I'm gonna give you a 10 count.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
It's all good. You know, 40.
Long video.
Do 47 minutes.
Oh, Ash. Yeah, I have to go feed my dog.
I know who that is.
Get the video going and then do that and then come back.
It's all good. This is all gonna be in the video. It's great.
I know, it's my
I
favorite
was
thing
almost
that
as
we've ever
shocked by
done.
his performance as I was by Jeff's.
I'm sure Matt would agree with you. I think Matt would just happy that he was here.
I'm at 40. I'm at 47. So
Okay,
let
cool.
me know when I can press play.
Cool.
A week
Ooh,
later, he
that's
becomes
a
a two-time team.
interesting panel at 47.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a 10 count, Kristen, in about 30 seconds.
Perfect. I would like a 30 count.
Okay. If you want a 30 count.
Oh, come on.
One of my favorites.
Who directed Rushmore? That's a.
Well, now it's a 30 count. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9,
9, 7, 8, 5,
3, 2, 1, go.
Happy New Year!
No, it's not.
I was so excited about making a joke about Happy New Year's that I forgot to press the button. Harvard. I did press the button.
Like it's hard?
I just thought it would be funny.
Damn it, I said Harvard.
I could have made you go through a whole another 30 count, but I think my dogs are really hungry. So I will be back in a few minutes.
What is the name of the manager of the New York Continental?
Bye.
What is the name of the manager of the New York Continental?
Fabulous character as well.
I have stayed at hotels.
John Wick has cost me many matches in the family.
Has it?
Yeah.
Are you not a big fan, or you
Chance
haven't
is
seen as
obsessed.
much?
Okay.
I only saw the first one once, and I saw the second one. Chance is obsessed with those movies and asks questions about them every match he writes.
Ian McShane.
Correct. And
No, Ian McShane was wrong. It's your mom.
That was like when I played it in Jack, one of the fan leagues. I got like in the same inner geekdom category. I got like 2 or 3 Thor Ragnarok. I saw once.
Oh yeah, they've been asking a lot of Ragnarok.
Your next question comes.
I was like, I just saw one. I saw it once. I don't own it yet.
This is my specialty.
Question.
That's why I'm terrible at inner geekdom.
What actor from the television
you'll
series
get there.
Cheers appears in the
One
movie The Empire Strikes
Inner Geekdom's
Back?
harder, even though that movie Trivia Schmoedown, the actual singles league, is more broad with like thousands of movies. It's not as in depth as some
Yeah,
of that.
that's. It was always my weakness. I'm trying to get better at it because my mind just doesn't process that kind of information very well.
Do you guys have an Inner Geekdom league?
I said Alec Guinness.
What kind of the equivalent?
We do Inner Geekdom matches in Full Metal Trivia. We don't do a league play, but we'll do like individual matches.
Oh, like an
We basically have something called call out where players challenge each other and they challenge each other to Inner Geekdom categories a lot.
So you could have a call-out match for like James Bond or whatever.
We could. Yeah, we haven't done that yet, but we sure can.
I need to challenge Mark Borge to that Pokemon match.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
If Boyko gets this correct,
That was a crazy the amount of call-outs you guys got the other day.
I know.
You need to do a
I knew we'd
Pokemon
get a
match.
lot, but yeah.
I didn't even get to challenge Paul to a match.
Paulo Yama?
No, yeah.
Are you
But it wasn't.
suicidal?
No, it was gonna be
Iron
to
Lady
garbage
and Sophie's
films.
Choice.
Something that he hasn't seen. It's not often.
Sophie's Choice in the last second.
Oh, bad movies.
That's the only chance I would ever be able.
He'll study it for like a week and then know everything.
versus Kramer.
Right. Just like try to beat him.
Yes, that's correct. And
I am correct.
wait, say that again.
He's my arch
Hold on
enemy.
a second.
Arch enemy.
Boyko, say him again.
Sophie's Choice, Kramer
Why?
versus Kramer.
I don't know. We just banter back and forth with each other. It just makes the life interesting when we're on these things together.
Well, one day I'll get Luca in that Stephen King match and I will beat him.
I can't wait to see that. Enjoy your
Business
vacation.
started picking up.
This is when Hal told him to enjoy his vacation.
Hey, you got your wish. Enjoy your vacation.
Tested this morning.
And I believe it was Alonzo and Earl came out.
Alonzo's
Yeah,
actually, didn't he last almost just as long as Humphrey?
He lasted for a while. And
I think they
I don't
went
know
out.
if he lasted as long as Humphrey. I think he probably lasted good. I think he lasted about as long as Atchity did.
I think they go out the same question though, Humphrey and
Hey,
then.
Sandy. Yeah, I was so excited for Alonzo to come in. Like, I've been a fan of him for years with the flick and everything, and even before. That's how I discovered Viviani. Was because Alonzo had Viviani on his podcast. So.
When
And,
Bibbs renewed.
I was bummed he didn't, kind of be more of a force in that showdown.
Well, Christian on Carpool hinted at that he will be returning
Yeah, I
with the
can't
new
wait.
Power team. I can't wait. And he also hinted at Whitney Seibold versus Alonzo, which could happen.
Holy fuck, Dan Merle!
Who here misses Dan Merle?
Oh yeah.
He can have it now. He's just
Especially the way it went out.
He's just too good for the. Like, sometimes I just feel bad for the kid. I would rather. I know this seems a little weird, but I'd rather see him like join a team. Like, I'm okay with him doing singles again, like, because he'll be dominant. But it would be nice to see him join a team and just run in the team league. Because now that those teams are getting so strong, to see the matchups or see him in the Ultimate Schmoedown team tournament would just be so cool. Him and whoever.
Hey. Look who it is.
I would run over and get my numero order shirt, but I don't want to trip over my chair.
Should make good for good viewing.
This first part goes by really quickly.
Yeah, well, the first part is when, like, the Table of Doom happens, right?
At the beginning of the second part is when XX5XX happens. Yeah, the Table of Doom comes in, like, I think in about like 10 or so minutes, and then yeah.
I wrote MTA worker.
Well, because I think it goes where Rachel Cushing's still at the table.
Yeah.
The first two people that come out in part 2 is Elliot Dewberry and Viviani. That's when the table really starts to fill in.
And then we get like. Then you got like Nick Scarpino. Or, I don't. That's
yeah. Well, it's the Table of Death. It's that center chair. It's right after Alonzo and Humphrey get eliminated, and then
it was Tess, Andy.
Have we commented about how much we miss the wall?
Oh,
the pictures on the wall.
Oh, I don't miss it. I miss the I miss that set. It's just that
we all just miss shirtless Brett. Let's just be honest.
I think Brett's just.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I hope manage a team. I hope Brett's in the free for all on Friday. That would be great.
That would be pretty awesome.
I would just like to see
in Creed.
I would just like to see him manage a team.
Sandy, you're such an Adonis.
I was shocked that so few people didn't got this.
I love this movie so much.
So good.
So good.
I saw that one twice in the theater.
Didn't have it.
Me too. Yeah.
One of these days, I'm gonna be
Alonzo.
We miss Alonzo. We were saying.
Like, if you get to watch this movie, she'll be your wife.
One of these days, I'm gonna force my fiance to watch the Rocky movie. She's never seen one, and she's refusing at this point.
Fun fact about Alonzo is that he's one of Bibbs' best friends, and when he and his wife renewed their wedding vows, he was, I think, part of the best man kind of thing. It was pretty cool.
Yep. When who renewed what?
Bibbs and his wife.
Bibbs and Alonzo.
Oh no. No.
That just took a turn.
They're all really close.
Alonzo and his husband Dave have had like 4 different weddings because of all the changing laws. And on one of them, Bibbs was there.
Yeah, they're really close. And
Dave is also a great critic. I'd love to see him.
Aluminum Night, whatever that's a great podcast as well. The
Aluminum Night. Yeah. I listened to that years ago before the Schmoedown or anything.
Yeah, they're great, and
Elizabeth Taylor. What 1991 film was a remake?
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the super team that Christian was talking about. Because I could see Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, hopefully, you never know. Even somebody that has a lot of knowledge, they might not be able to pull the answers. Like the Sand or the Lights. You never know.
Well, yeah, you never know. I mean, people with a lot of knowledge, like even look at Bibbs and Drew. They know a lot, but they don't hold belts for a reason. It sucks, but it's how the game is played.
Because they're bad at third rounds?
Yeah. That's why I'm looking to abolish the third round, because I think it's unfair and unconstitutional.
Unfair to...
Like Dan Murphy and 3's Like, what the hell?
You just need to change it to round 2.5.
Yeah, 2 3/4.
Can't just round 3 be like round 1, but harder?
That's why people tune in the channel to see.
I would like that.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, I know everything, but sometimes I just can't think of it.
That would be a petition signed by one person.
And then, yay, Perry.
This made me sad the way she went out.
I almost met her once.
You missed on a.
You missed on a Psycho question.
Yeah, that's always sad.
I just like when she looked at. I'm gonna hate myself forever.
I hope Nightmares comes back.
I'm actually wearing the shirt. This is the race that I ran that Perry also ran.
Oh, that's
Star Wars
awesome.
Half Marathon, yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
Her and Ace.
Spectre.
Spectre.
You gotta say it like you're from Spectre.
Spectre. Or say it in a Sean Connery accent. Spectre.
No. No.
No.
It was pretty good.
Come on, laugh before I kick you off the call.
Honestly, no one got that one, and that really shocked me.
It's such a good and underrated movie.
I think it's a mess.
What?
It's a mess.
I like it.
Blofeld, they okay. I'm sorry.
Chris,
I don't.
I'm gonna drop you from the call.
You can't. You can't do that to me.
That's not possible.
That was Christopher Lloyd, right?
Yeah, it's Christopher Lloyd.
Oh yes.
4, 3,
No.
2, 1. Pens down.
I think this particular round, if I remember it right, was like the best one I had. Like the rest of it, I was just like, I'm terrible, And this one round, I'm like, oh, I did so well.
I would not get knocked out.
Kristen, were you on the original Take 3 reaction for this? Or
No.
Of the 2 leads,
I don't believe so.
one Save the Last Dance.
Julia Stiles.
You see Dan Merle instantly go.
Everybody guesses Julia Stiles, but who's the guy?
Sean something.
Yeah,
Sean
I
Patrick
don't.
something?
What's
his name?
He's not done a ton after that.
I've never seen this movie, so.
Great question. I can't answer it, yeah.
The answer is Sean Patrick Thomas. But I looked it
Sean
up.
Patrick Thomas, thank you.
That's-
I didn't have the
Good job, Kristen.
Full IMDb.
That is correct.
No one needed to know that.
That is correct.
No, I definitely just knew that off the top of my
Alright, so
head.
it is a 3-way tie here between Perry, John, and Riley. Okay, here we go.
All right, folks, we get into now famous actors and actors.
As opposed to non-famous
Which
actors and
actor that
actresses.
once played James Bond previously competed in the Mr. Universe bodybuilding competition?
I've asked that question before. Who would qualify as a non-famous actor and actress?
I think Alonzo over there. I was giving somebody gave Timothy Dalton way too much credit or something. I don't know who it was, but or no.
Oh no.
Lazenby.
Now.
Correct.
Perry.
He's the only buff one.
Sean Connery.
I mean, Daniel Craig's pretty
Nah, she gave Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, there it is.
He gave George Lazenby too much credit. Way too much credit.
Lazenby was a male model, so that's probably what he was thinking.
He's still one of the best Bond movies, which is On Her Majesty's Secrets. That's Timothy Dalton. That's Dalton. I keep getting them mixed up. But yeah.
No, Lazenby's Secret.
No, Lazenby, yeah, Lazenby, yeah.
Like Lazenby, but like male models normally aren't like big.
Yeah,
Like
not big.
they're like svelte.
Well, but you got to remember too, like bodybuilders way back in like the 50s, they weren't like Schwarzenegger.
Oh no!
Right?
Oh no!
Fit and tone.
Yeah.
Damn it. What'd you get?
Now I'm gonna look up Sean Connery bodybuilding pictures.
He was.
Wow!
Sideshow? The sideshow?
There you go.
Kristen's search history, Save the Last Dance, and Sean Connery as well.
John's gonna love that.
This is a Cinderella run going on right
John
now.
used to be a bodybuilder, so he probably knows.
I could tell.
You can tell. What is it? His powerlifter body now?
It's his powerlifter body.
He's got the powerlifter belly.
He's also the best person to photobomb. I loved Linus's pictures.
Yes. That's just how he always looks every day.
A wild honest appears. Oh wait, it's Mark Ellis.
Otis?
This was when he came out. I laughed for like 5 minutes. I had to pause the video, and I kept laughing and laughing, and then I started it again, and then I started laughing again.
They replayed that moment a lot, and like
It got nominated.
Yeah, that's a great entrance.
Like, and on top of that, it's like you said, he looks like Oddish. It's funny because Oddish is named Linus in Kristen's game, so that's fun.
It's true. It's true.
Drama romance film.
I need to use that category. I'm gonna use that category.
Linus is about to join us. Speak of the
Linus
devil.
category?
Yep.
Linus is coming on?
Linus will be coming on.
Well, then I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I just have to let my dog out.
Tell me where the heart is.
Incorrect.
Where the heart is?
That's correct.
Where the heart need to make categories called categories that JTH would know.
Merle.
Correct, John.
White oleander.
No, incorrect, and Riley.
Seems to be my favorite answer. Blank.
All right, Dan Merle, the only one getting that one right in that round. Okay, next category, the category of horror. In what lake did Jason...
Anywhere but here and where the heart is. Those are the ones I always got confused.
Yay! Like only horror question I could answer.
Yeah, me too. I remember when this came up. I was
What
like,
was the other,
finally.
the other horror movie you knew? Because you said you... Something your roommate made you watch. I can't remember.
Oh, no, there's Maximum Overdrive.
Ah, there you go.
And the other ones that I was forced to watch were
what is Crystal Pepsi?
oh crap,
Did you call it?
Crystal Lake.
that I like now. Now I can't even remember it. You got me thinking about Maximum Overdrive too much.
Yeah, there was something else. I'm like, whoa, he knew it. What the? And you're like, it's roommate.
I hate horror movies.
That's just Andy.
There can be only one.
Oh, it was.
There can be only one.
I thought it was going to be a
Hellraiser, that's right. You knew the Hellraiser.
Actually,
You knew the
one of my-
Hellraiser question that Luca didn't know.
Wow.
One of my old best buddies was he was a Hellraiser nut. Had a stupid pinhead doll that was about 4 feet high, and we lived right like we were roommates, so he lived in the creeped me out every single time.
Yep.
Yeah, blanked. Last action here.
Highlander.
Oh.
You're all princes of the universe.
But that's the crazy thing. He goes on in 1 week and wins the title.
The thing that always blows my mind about Highlander is that it's about Scottish people, yet Sean Connery plays a Spaniard. How does that work?
Groaning. 5.
You need the actor, right?
And he got his sword from his wife, who Japanese.
Kevin Costner.
Let's put Sean Connery in a Scottish movie and not have him play a Scottish guy.
Farmer, Christian.
See, now that Kevin Costner answer would have been correct.
Kevin Costner and
All right, so here we are. Our final question here. Mark
His hair.
needs Alonso and Humphrey and Ellis both to miss, and he needs to get this one right, or he will be eliminated. All right, here we go.
All right, folks, your final question this
I think
round.
Riley gets
We
eliminated.
stay in the category of dramas.
Nope.
What musician played Greg in Ricky and the Flash?
That was a good.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Meryl Streep actually
You don't know
learned
it, Sandy?
to play guitar for. She did not know how to play guitar
How
before.
could I not know this? And I've seen this whole thing 5 times.
It's an 80s guy. He's from the 80s.
Oh, it's Rick Springfield.
Riley.
It's been real, guys.
Oh, yeah, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was Daryl Hall.
At first I was like, I think it's correct, but
I said Eddie Van Halen.
Rick Springfield.
I said Lemmy Kilmister.
Incorrect, but that's okay because Mark Riley has been eliminated.
It'd be a better movie if Lemmy was in it. So, yeah.
I think Coy Jandrew was next after this.
Riley will happen next
yeah, that
week.
guy.
But there you have Dan Merle.
Not that guy.
John Humphrey is still in there, and Alonzo.
see him intergeek him. Coy just doesn't struggle so bad.
Competitor.
He's crazy.
Marvel movie news. He is
Me.
That was amazing.
Oh, boy.
Coy.
I heard that on a gag one time. It's like, you ever have secrets that you always wish that like your girlfriend never tells you? Like you're in the middle of a conversation and it's like, yeah, I really do like you. I want to be your friend. I'm crazy.
John Humphrey is kind of like that old guy who still goes to his high school parties.
Oh yeah. No, I'm the hippest guy.
You gotta move on, dude. You've been here too long.
No, all right, here we go, guys. Starting off category of
I never know when to give up. That's my charm.
category of Spielberg films.
Oh man, Coy.
Is Frank finally apprehended?
Oh, you're behind.
Catch me if you can.
How behind am I? No, I just walked in.
Did she just notice that? Koi.
Yeah.
Koi.
He's so nice.
Why are you acting so coy?
Yeah.
Italia.
Incorrect.
Ellis is having such a hard time with that costume.
Yeah, it's not a great costume for visualization.
It's a great costume though for anticipation.
Get it correct. Okay, here we go. Next one.
And for carrots.
To the fan favorite category of scores and soundtracks.
Can we surmise? Can we surmise that the orange drink on the desk is carrot juice?
I wish that now Tom Dagnino came out with a potato costume.
Next time.
He's a potato.
Next time. He's a potato. So you need to put that on the fantasy page at some point.
You need to get it made as a shirt. Because I would gladly buy it. Don't be like this guy. This guy is a potato. You're displaying potato behavior. I just remember near the end of that when he came out, I was just like, this is the worst thing ever.
Angelina Jolie films. In what Angelina Jolie film will you hear her say? What do you think is more exciting, having sex or sleeping?
No, come on. Come on.
I don't know that answer. No, the actual.
Come on.
There's like only a few movies that she's in where she steals cars.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Yeah, how many could there be?
A surprising amount.
With Angelina Jolie.
Oh, like 2.
What's the other one?
I would have to look it up.
I don't know.
I'm sure she steals a car in Wanted.
Does.
Probably true.
That's the
I just remember the gun.
Do they have cars in Maleficent or no?
I'm guessing it's not the spirit.
Salt? I'm sure she changes, like steals someone's car in Salt.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
She had like a string of movies that
You proved me wrong, Tristan. There you go.
she like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. She probably stole a car. Come on.
I think she just tried to shoot her husband.
I'm pretty sure that's just how all Mr. and Mrs. Smiths function.
Probably.
Mark Ellis needs to get this right, and he needs everybody else to get it wrong.
We are back to the category of Spielberg. What is Peter Pan's last name in the real world?
I think a lot of people don't know this one.
Shit.
Right?
Where's Jeremy? Damn it. We know this one.
4.
Is he like an accountant or something?
2.
Oh, what's his last? Yeah.
And boy.
No, what's his?
There you go.
Incorrect. Mark.
It would have made sense.
Oh.
Walker.
What's his last name?
Panning.
Barry.
Incorrect. John.
Montoya.
Incorrect. Wow. Mark Ellis has been eliminated. Mark Ellis.
You really wanted to get out of that suit.
And he's
Ellis, I'm
Quick, use sleep powder.
Do all this work.
This is Roka, isn't it?
Roka.
This is Roka. He stays in for a while.
He's the only person, good or bad, like a heel or a good guy, that I have liked all the way through.
You know, when I first was watching the show, I did not.
Oh, he hooked me as soon as that first went against Mance when he said, "You salt and pepper cocaine donkey."
Yeah,
Still my favorite quote.
He's aware. He's aware that I changed allegiances at one point.
And now he's up against John Roka. But he's got
You
one
just salt and pepper.
And Roka, the MVP right now.
First time me and Roka got in a conversation, it was not pretty. He told me to take a shower and called me a hobo.
Aww, that means he likes you.
I mean, yeah.
That just means he cares.
Well, at the time, that was when he was still the champion, and I posted a picture with his belt. I said I should just be the new champion now. And he pretty much told me to go F myself.
Well, no, that's just a character, though. John is an amazing guy.
Oh, yeah. But the funny thing was, a week after I posted that picture is when John got his new belt. So I always believe that was the reason why they changed belts.
Disaster movies, my favorite.
We're starting to build that table of death.
Yeah, you got 2 out of 5 going.
Volcano.
Dante's Peak.
I don't watch bad movies.
Dante's Peak is better.
No thing is a bad disaster.
Yes, Dante's Peak is way better.
I got a soft spot for Volcano.
Oh, I like both. I like them both.
Which one is the one with the volcano underneath California?
That's
Volcano.
Volcano, right?
Yeah, that's Volcano.
With Don Cheadle as the freaking man.
And that's with Dante's Peak's the one with Pierce Brosnan in the woods, right?
Yeah.
And 5, 4.
It's Tommy Lee Jones and Anne Heche in the first one in Volcano.
Yeah. I saw that in the theater, by the way.
Me too.
Am I the only one who thinks that Tommy Lee Jones and Harrison Ford look alike?
No, that's weird.
I don't see it, but
I don't.
Maybe it's
Tommy Lee
because
Jones looks like my grandfather.
That's not the weirdest thing you've ever said, though, Clark. So.
Your grandfather's Tommy Lee Jones?
That's pretty cool.
Oh, dang! I totally missed that part.
My grandpa just looks like a grandpa.
No celebrity lookalike at all. Oh, I got this one when I watched it.
Maybe my grandpa is a celebrity. How do you know?
Oh.
Withholding the evidence.
I was talking about my grandpa.
There are a lot of
Oh, well, how do I know that your grandpa isn't famous?
Because I know he's not famous. He's very grumpy.
Famous people can be grumpy?
And Walter Matthau is no longer with.
Looking for Sister Mary Clarence. So close. Here we go.
Mary Clarence.
70s film.
Clarence.
What song do Gene Wilder
Clarence.
and Oil perform on stage in Young Frankenstein?
Softball. Even I knew this one. That's
Yeah. Putting on the Ritz.
I mean,
They gotta throw an occasional one.
Brett. The one answer Brett's probably known this whole thing.
This reminds me of that. This reminds me of that.
Performed by the Immortal Taco.
This reminds me of a video I made like a long time ago with Bibbs, where he was like screaming with Ricky. I don't remember if you guys remember the Putting on the Ritz video, but yeah.
So now we got a final question.
Oh, I do.
We didn't get that.
I like how they all did the voice, though. I think that
Your final question this round comes to you from the category of
makes it
Disney
worthwhile.
films.
Yeah.
Still the funniest black and white
What
movie
kind
ever
of
made.
animals were the axe-wielding
There you go,
soldiers
Jer.
in Disney's Robin Hood? Love this movie. I still sing the songs to
The
myself.
rhinos.
I own an axe.
Rhinos.
3,
My cousin's favorite Disney film. Every time I went visited my cousins, they were watching it.
Incorrect.
Nice.
We watched it a lot.
Which one?
I watched it a lot. I don't watch it as much anymore because I'm not the biggest fan of it. But it's good.
That's it. And John.
I put bison.
Incorrect. But McCoy has not
I put bison.
He's a bison.
John.
That's a tough table to beat.
Humphrey is like, he's just really funny.
The number
He
17
just is.
competitor,
He's just
That,
natural.
that live match was pretty hysterical.
Rachel?
Yes.
the Crusher.
Yes, I think it's Rachel. And doesn't have the strongest performance.
No.
You know?
Well,
It
this was when she was still really nervous. I mean, she's always talking
True.
about it.
True.
Yeah,
When she first got in there.
She only had
I think
like,
she
only had one-
had like one match.
And this is her
Yeah.
first singles match.
Alonzo and John have
So
taken a stellar performance
yeah,
right
she
now,
was
and
not,
of course, the current champion and the former champion
yeah, she was
right
just,
now. Here we go.
this was not,
a lot can happen in a year.
yeah.
She was a writer. She wasn't an on-camera person.
Well, that's as true as where her and Kalinowski both were at this point, and they both went for the #1 contenders at the start of the season.
68 Kiko
And then you walk out and you look at your table and you got two amazingly good people. One guy who's been on there since basically the beginning, and then one who pretty much is also an amazing player. That's a tough table to walk into.
That was.
I would say, yeah. Like, and
I still don't remember this.
Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
We don't know if this was actually the first match she filmed, because I don't know if this was
Wasn't that
filmed.
Free Willy?
Oh.
Benji?
That's right, of course.
Keiko, it's Keiko.
Yeah.
Definitely was thinking it was an animated movie.
Cheetah's a good movie.
We move on to a John Roca specialty
So is
category.
Benji?
The category of Sandra Bullock films.
Don't even get me started on Benji.
Don't
That's
even
my whole-
take it back now.
I'll talk all night.
This is the round where
Is it good or bad?
John and Alonzo get eliminated.
Oh my god, the new one on Netflix made me cry so much.
Rhode Island.
Rum.
The answer is Rhode Island.
Is it?
If you say so, Kristen, I'll trust you.
Is this the?
I know it's a really funny movie,
but
Yeah, this is a great movie. I just watched it.
It was the.
I watched it like a couple months ago.
Guys, it's Missouri.
Incorrect. Rachel. Texas. Incorrect.
No.
Fuck Texas. Wow.
No.
Rhode Island.
No. Shame on all of you.
Welcome to Rhode Island. Thanks for visiting Rhode Island.
It was
Once-
her friend, the one that she liked for friends, who was shy.
Yeah.
When's the last time John has played a match without glasses on?
Here, come on.
Ooh. What a trivia question you've asked us just now, Clerk.
Triple threat.
The match where he wore the mask the whole time inadvisedly because he had to write on a board.
Oh.
Triple threat between a collision last year.
All right, John. Roca.
Scarecrow.
Because he brought out the
There you go.
he brought out the blindfold again against them, but had to keep lifting it up to round board.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Next.
Yeah.
Setting up.
That was
Let's head up for the conclusion
that was
of
a
this
good one.
round. All right, guys, your next question under the category of Disney films. In Disney's Lady and the Tramp, what kind of animal helped Lady remove the muzzle that had been placed on her?
Five.
Roca's struggling here.
3,
like beavers, right?
1. John.
Mouse?
Is it a mouse?
Did that say a lady in the
I-
trunk?
it's-
I'm sure it's beavers.
Cat?
Totally different movie.
It's Beaver.
Alonzo.
Oh,
You know,
Wow, Merle.
No wonder I missed. I didn't get it.
Last question of
Beavers.
sci-fi.
A rabbi.
Speaking of beavers, I hope Gopher from Winnie the Pooh is in the new Christopher Robin movie.
That is a random comment.
Is that Washington State? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
AVP takes place on Earth.
Washington State.
Would they have accepted Earth as an
They would
answer?
have- I
You
would
gotta be
challenge-
careful with how you word those questions. It's bitten me sometimes.
I thought it was the rainforest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's the first one. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Requiem.
first one.
An
Requiem.
underground ice
I
pyramid
did
in
that the
Arctic.
first time I watched this.
Correct. All right. So, after that.
I mean, technically, but Antarctica, you know. I know that was like, when that happened, everyone was like, no, John Humphrey was right. That was like a big thing. That was like
Yeah, I do remember that.
They stayed a long ass time.
well, that's what people were saying, that he should still have been at the table.
Yeah. He had Arctic in there.
I hope we see both of them at the free for all on Friday. Especially
Yeah.
Alonzo. Alonzo needs to come back.
John was number 4. Wow. Unbelievable.
And yet, Real Rejects still can't win a match.
All right. Well, we are going to take a little bit of a break here. will be
We are
back
headed
in
to
a
part
second. You
2,
guys
y'all.
can watch the
Oh,
rest of the
man.
football in video number 2, linked right
So-
How long do you think each part's going to be for this new one?
Well,
Are there only going to be 2 or are there going to be 3?
I don't know. I would imagine it's like a 5-hour video, if not more, because there's 48 people. You have to do the math. So I would imagine 3 parts, maybe. I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, guys, we're just gonna go right into this. So, you guys ready?
I am.
We're getting into the there's only an hour left, so we're getting into the nitty gritty. I forgot how short this last part was. It's only an hour and 17. So,
Timestamp 000.
yep. In 5, 4, 3, future Chris, this is where you cut. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Be sure you check out part 1.
Part 1.
I think we just did. Thank you.
Part 1.
I love how they showed. I love
So
how
many, so much nostalgia. 6 Degrees.
All the teams that are no longer
Bibiani's
teams.
Force.
All the non-existing teams.
I still want Bibiani's Force and the Four Horsemen.
The Four Horsemen.
Just have somebody carry it around.
The Four
What do you guys
Horsemen.
think about Inman saying that he asked to be in the Fife Club and Emma Fife turned him flat?
It's just more of a reason for him to join the Four Horsemen, and they're going to seek revenge for that slight.
I like that.
I think that the Four Horsemen are just going to be inferior. They had 2 of the best players ever in the Schmoedown on it, and they fumbled.
No, they still have 2 of the best players.
We are about to get started. Once again,
2 of the more.
Bargain. You're barking up the wrong tree.
more competitors here. We have
I agree
competitor
100%
number
with Christian,
18.
Thank you. I knew you were smart.
It's John Cena!
Representing
What?
I never got the John Cena stuff. Is he like a famous person that Oh, he's wrestling. That guy. Yeah, never mind.
What?
I knew that.
What is wrestling?
John Cena.
Who is Andre the Giant?
Oh, Andre the Giant's that guy from
He's
Princess
Andre the
Bride.
Giant?
Oh! That's
I
right.
had to mute all my chats yesterday for all the wrestling stuff.
Here you go, Chris. Here you go.
I don't know what any of you were talking about.
Here comes Bibs. We're getting into
Man.
the best players here. Here you go. See this? This is the.
He's got a. This is my favorite entrance of the entire
Take back, he's gotta
He
get
brings out the whole fucking suitcase and then unpacks it very
Yeah.
slowly. And then when he has to leave, he has to take everything up.
What else is he pulling out here? This is
So-
an efficient use of time.
it's Groot, right? That's not Groot. That's a piece of. That's a.
Little plant.
I thought that was Groot.
It's up like
Like two barriers.
That's Groot. That's
Jason.
no. That's Jason. Voorhees. Never mind. That's not Groot.
I now want a Jason
Bibiani's part of the
crossover.
Four at this point, right?
Bibiani is set finally.
What'd you say?
Here we go.
Okay, gentlemen, again. Once
Bibiani's
again, the
part of the Four
scoreboards
Horsemen
have
at this
been
point, right?
reset to
Yep, him and
zero.
Yeah, I
Burnett.
think it was. Yeah.
Yep, him and
Our
Burnett.
first
Yep.
question of this round comes
Back
your
when
way
that faction was
After
amazing.
the
of
collision,
classics.
Yeah.
What movie
because Roka
did
loses and
Elvis
he
Presley
And what I think
I knew
is
that.
the best event they've ever put on was what happened to the Four Horsemen.
These guys pull it off.
It was
Look,
Love,
Love Me Tender.
Yeah.
This is what
I
you
knew that.
hoped it would come down to. Look,
But I know that's more impressive.
Did you know it then?
Yes, I did actually.
Oh, that's
Love Me
awesome.
Tender.
Wow.
correct.
My dad's a
There's
big
a
Elvis
blue
fan.
Hawaiian.
Grew up on Elvis a long
said
time.
Blue Hawaii.
Correct.
I had Jailhouse Rock.
I never actually
That's what I had
really
too.
watched any of the Elvis movies.
Go.
But I was aware of them.
All right. Champion getting a point here. All right, next category of comic
That's
book
in
movies.
Roka's Wheelhouse, though. It's
Who
technically a
played Gambit
biopic.
in X-Men Origins Wolverine? Who played
John
Gambit
Carter.
in
Felix-
X-Men Origins
Oh,
Wolverine?
Gambit was in a movie. I forgot about that.
In X-Men Origin
I
Wolverine.
think it's safe to say
It's the
or
only
John Carter. I should have went to see that in the theaters on the
Sandy,
recent
yeah.
lost money.
Sandy, I still haven't seen that movie.
2-1
Oh.
down, Elliot. And
Is it?
Dan Merle
only
feels
good-
so bad
John
for Taylor Kitsch. He talks to them all the time.
The only good thing about this movie is Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson because he still plays Deadpool,
Taylor Kitsch.
and
Rachel.
Liev Schreiber as Sabretooth.
Yeah, that's what I always hear.
Yeah.
Terrible movie. I only seen
I
one.
didn't like the Wolverine,
It's a
so I
bad
never
one.
felt the need to watch that one.
to the
Origins is
category
a
of
bad.
sci-fi films.
It's very, very bad.
It was plagued by the writer's strike, though. It never had a
He-Man
chance.
number 6.
It was also
Alien
plagued by the
Galaxy
CGI
Quest.
department with those claws.
Rockwell.
I just asked a question
Original
about
list
this
One of the
guy in this
greatest
movie.
sci-fi/comedies ever.
The original list of
Academy
mutants
Award
was
winner.
like
Academy
completely
Award
different than the one they ended up with.
3, 2, 1, pens down. Elliot.
Tony Shalhoub.
Incorrect.
He's in it.
By Grant
He is.
Hammer, it was Sam Rockwell.
It was indeed.
All right, Rachel. Nothing.
I didn't know
Okay.
Matt knows
Sam
was in the
Rockwell,
movie.
Dan.
Sam Rockwell.
Exactly.
Dewberry, Iverson, Roka, Merle, and the Beast.
Pushing on the ropes
Dewberry
here.
has to get on the board in this round.
Next
in this
category
question.
of
Well,
thriller.
what is it?
Next category of thriller. Name the movie from the synopsis. A lawyer becomes a target by a corrupt politician and his NSA goons when he accidentally receives
Directed by
evidence
Tony
for a
Scott.
serious politically motivated crime. Almost got all of that out. With
Almost. You did. No, that was good. That was a long read.
I remember it, Cindy.
You got go picture.
5,
Enemy of the State.
Enemy of the State, right? Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Beast.
Enemy of the State.
That's correct. Rachel.
When he unfortunately passed, I binge watched a lot of Tony Scott movies.
Correct. Elliot.
Ides of March.
I think that
All right. So.
Deja
and
Vu is very
last
underrated.
question here. All right.
Dewberry.
I never watched. Yeah.
With the
Trouble
wild
here.
berries.
We move on, folks, to your final question in this round, which comes to you from the category of directors. Who directed the film Straight Outta Compton?
Wow.
That's a good one.
Straight out of Compton.
F. Gary Gray.
Yep.
Yay! Yay!
Who I
And this-
first knew
this
from
is a
The
good movie.
Negotiator because I wasn't a big Friday guy back in the day. So Negotiator was my introduction to him.
Incorrect.
Correct. Broken.
I don't know. I put Antoine Fuqua.
Incorrect.
Correct.
F. Gary Gray.
Correct.
Dewberry.
F. Gary Gray.
Correct.
F. Gary Gray.
Correct.
Correct.
All right. Well, at the end of the round, even the
F. Gary Gray.
Dewberry
F that
and
guy.
Cushing have been eliminated.
That was not a good round for Rachel.
Yeah.
Doing good.
She missed a couple of questions she would have had now.
Yeah, she's got the confidence now.
I forgot
I'm excited.
Elliot was a
I'm
one-round
so
wonder.
excited for this free for all.
Oh, just you wait until the table gets worse.
Number 20.
Oh god.
Levine when you need him.
Number 20.
This was Bernard. Oh, wait, no. This was.
From
The Queen? No, this is
I'm not. This is Bernard.
Bernard. The Queen's
I
next.
saw Schmo's nose theme and got thrown off.
Well, I think he just didn't care what he came out to, so they're like, fuck it, give him that.
They actually used that.
I would have put him. I would have brought him out with the Batman on Batman theme.
Yeah.
number 21. Number 21.
This was somebody from Collider, I remember.
Collider TV Talk.
Oh.
He
Mark
is
Cougar?
making his debut.
No.
Dave
D.
This,
Griff.
this is David Griffin.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
I miss seeing him.
I do too.
Yeah, I like David Griffin.
Oh.
Kristen, did you get to meet David Griffin at
I
Spectacular?
did.
Oh.
He's a lovely human being.
I tell you, out of all the first timers on there, this is the one people have to be afraid of.
This is a
That's not a fun table to walk in on.
All
though.
right, guys.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Category of
Hey,
This
welcome
table
to the
gets
show.
worse, though.
Especially if you've never competed before.
You've got a friend in me
You
from
got a friend.
You guys seen the honest
got
trailers on this when Will Sasso does the impression? It's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
it is really.
I'd like to see them do an honest trailer on our free for all.
one hands down.
Yeah.
Broken.
Just a schmoedown on his trailer.
Randy Newman.
Correct.
Oh, that'd be pretty funny.
Correct.
Scores and soundtracks. Randy
Do
Newman.
you listen to the rules over and over and over?
All right.
So David finds
Griff.
himself a little
D.
bit in the
Griff.
hole to start things
Oh,
off.
D. Griff, no.
Did he get any right?
To the next
I
round.
don't
Comes to you
remember. I think he's
Yeah,
only in
one.
for the round.
Indiana Jones film.
Yeah, because this is the table.
One
What
The,
was the
category
name
I'm good on.
of
Yeah, 'cause I think
Mark
McLeany
and
came in
main
next.
villain?
Bernard moves eventually because that's where Draco sits.
Bernard
They
News.
call him.
Out.
They call him
Everybody can see
Peloche.
It's a deep
won the
cut.
title off
It's a
of
deep
Raiders of the
cut,
Lost
yeah.
Ark question.
For
5,
such a popular franchise.
Ah,
4,
Belloc.
3, 2, 1. Merle.
I'm a
The
news
news
himself.
himself.
I actually think Bernardin stays there for a little bit, right? McQueenie's not next, is he?
Beast.
I think he is.
Couldn't get it.
Bernardin only stays in for 2
No,
rounds?
Broken.
How did
I love how Merle.
Correct.
I love how Merle used the Power Rangers, the movie reference, to
Oh,
his
God.
answer.
Correct. All right.
How
Never
how
mention that movie again.
Kubrick.
Ivan
Well,
Newton
that's the same actor, yeah. It's Ivan
1957 Kubrick film Paths of Glory.
I'm doing a show on that movie. We're gonna do Ninja Turtles versus my Power Rangers. So that's
There
gonna
you
be
go.
yeah, it's gonna be a humdinger.
Mistake could cost you.
I'm getting Nazario on it. It's gonna be me and Nazario versus RJ and Jim, I
Kirk
think.
Douglas.
And then we're gonna bring in Mark
Douglas.
Porridge as kind of the in between.
No.
All right, John.
Oh, poor D. Griff.
Kirk Douglas.
Correct.
All right, guys, in the category of
It's like running away from a bear. You just got to be you don't have to be the one that's been last.
Kick the one in the knee.
I asked this question in our sports match.
You guys had a free for all, right? I could have sworn you guys had the free for all kind of thing.
No, it was the Jack of all trivia.
Oh, that was the Jack of all trivia.
Yeah, the Sandy one.
Correct.
Not surprised.
You could argue everyone.
You know what? And Sandy.
I'm not surprised.
Sandy said in the one thing that he's not good at trivia, but I don't buy it.
He's very good.
In one of the reactions, I was like, Sandy was the best one. He's like, no, I'm not good. I'm just like,
lies.
Sandy and I both have confidence issues, but
I'm terrible at trivia.
Why we're a team?
I'm terrible at trivia.
I'm also terrible at trivia.
I'm better than all of you.
Fans of this trivia show.
You're all better than Schnepp. I can
Chris is pretty good.
It depends on what category you give Chris. You give him a penguin category, he's set.
I'm only good in like 2 categories. And that's it.
You can give
Penguins
Schnepp
and potatoes.
I bet you're still better on music than Schnepp is on any category.
And Jabba movies. And Jabba movies. Don't forget about Jabba.
Give me an Alvin and the Chipmunks category. I'll speak.
Perfect ground for Griffin too.
All right. And
No, you missed one.
22.
No, you missed them all.
Bernard.
Oh, yeah.
Bernard had a.
And now the fun begins.
That's why, because Godfather takes over Griffin's spot.
Oh, yeah. And then
and then Andrei.
Bernard is out. And then I think there's like a couple people before Andrejko comes in.
Yeah, it's like Nick Scarpino.
Ricky Haber, Scarpino.
Like, even if Andrejko doesn't come in, look at that table.
Yeah, that's a dope table.
That table was just ridiculous.
And look how much more confident Drew has gotten.
This table is at least
Oh,
one
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, he now doesn't wear a suit anymore. It's a sweatshirt. Only suit for a special occasion.
That was just that one. That was just that one time. They're saving it.
He also didn't wear it for the Bids match.
I just think he actually started enjoying it at a certain point, like taking it seriously. And the first, I don't know, it's like he was doing somebody a favor.
I can get Roka to shut up.
Just being there.
Good luck.
Your first question in this brand new round comes to you from the category
Bids
of
is already hot.
Christopher Nolan.
Well, that's a bodysuit. Like,
What
I had a
Christopher
similar
Nolan
thing I had to
movie
wear for a
received
shoot
an
when I was
Oscar
in my
nomination
Penguin movie, and
for Best
you get
Picture?
really
This
sweaty.
was obviously, this was pre-Dunkirk.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's,
Nolan film's been nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, I think my favorite podcast of all time, Drew McQueenie's. It's 80s all over. It's so great. But then again, Team 80s, of course, I would love it.
Inception.
I like the top 10 podcast.
It's great too.
Different favorite podcast.
Top 10's my favorite.
I'll be really honest. I just really started discovering podcasts because I'm more of a visual watcher. I'm not a listener type guy, but now that I'm driving back and forth all the time, so awesome to listen to all this stuff all over.
I started listening to podcasts in like 2007 because I've always done physical work, so I always needed something to listen to. So yeah, it's been like over a decade now. That's how I discovered all this stuff.
I listen to them at work like all day.
Yep.
Because I mean, a lot of this stuff, if you can't see the video, it's useless. So.
Yeah.
But you know, the podcast thing, I just put them on and listen to them.
I tell you this all the
It's all
time.
good.
You read good books, though, right?
All right, guys, your next question from the category of
This was the
family
beginning
films.
of the crack in the
What is the
foundation
name
between
of the
Bids
trick
and
play
Roka.
that the team runs?
This is when we found out later the party was there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
True story. Little Giants filmed in my hometown.
Annexation of Puerto
Yeah,
Rico.
I still can't pull that annexation thing.
For the longest time, I thought it was annexation of Costa Rica.
That's a different play.
The touchdown play.
Incorrect.
The touchdown play.
Rusty trombone.
The fleet flicker, like everybody just sees like.
Incorrect.
The rusty trombone.
The flea flip.
Rusty trombone might be my favorite fake answer ever.
Especially coming from
I know, you wouldn't expect it.
Sounds like a Bond girl.
He said it with such a straight face. Rusty trombone.
Yeah.
That's how you have to That's how you have to sell stuff.
What British character actor appears as Peter Pettigrew in the Harry Potter series?
Come on.
Which British character?
Sandy's insulted.
Peter Pettigrew in the Harry Potter series?
A lot of British character actors to choose from in the world.
Yes, there are. All right. 5, 4,
Come here, come here.
3, 2, 1, and Mark Bernardin.
I got it wrong, I know. David Thewlis.
Incorrect, Bibiani.
Yep, that's
Timothy Spall.
Correct.
There it is.
That's Lupin.
that's
Yeah.
Remus
Correct,
Lupin.
Broca.
Yeah.
Timothy Spall.
Yeah,
Correct.
Lupin.
And Merle.
Lupin.
Wow,
Have
missed
it.
it. Okay.
Lupin.
So, 3, 2, 2,
For
2. All right,
winner.
and now we get
This
to
just got fun.
All right, guys.
fifth question.
And anything can happen scenario, guys. Your fifth and final question of this
Yeah,
round
this is like,
comes to you from the category
this is a scary
of
moment.
Will
Right
Smith
here.
films.
Yeah, right here. I was
First
just like,
time watching it, I was like, my two favorite players are gonna lose in the same round. What is this shit?
Laughs in Heaven in Bad Boys.
I remember I watched
What
this entire thing
happens
at
to
work one
Marcus
night, I
when
think.
he's around dead bodies?
I got no work done.
I've done that before. I mean, no, I have never, just in case.
Never.
It's an easy one to guess.
I got a new job, so I can freely say that. But
I do not, so no, I've never.
good job, Kristen. You're a great employee. Keep it up.
Correct. Correct.
It starts to throw up.
Merle.
Correct.
I put he vomits, but I said thanks for all the fish just in case.
Thanks.
Oh,
Oh,
I mean, Bibiani.
man.
I get nauseous, but that's.
They are real lucky that he missed that, because it could have been,
Yep.
it could have been all three of them going out.
It does get nauseous. It just leads to him throwing up.
I would take it.
I mean,
Judges are going to make a call, and we will take that.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
And after that,
I remember this was the when somebody put on Facebook his
done.
Vince was the unsung hero of the
We get a
XX5XX.
He is. Yep.
It's so true. Like no
It
one ever
is.
gives it. If he missed it, it would have never had nothing to have changed. But he ends up getting it. So
He took everybody down with him.
Takes everyone over.
kind of funny.
He took everybody down with him.
If I'm gonna lose, everyone is gonna lose.
Kind of funny. I forgot
and
that.
it's so funny that it's the two people they both face off.
There's like 3 people in a row that die from this table of death, right?
That
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah, they get killed off. Like,
The guy?
well, not,
Trivia did.
But there
A
is a
lot more
moment.
violent than I remember it being.
There's a moment that Ricky has more points on the board
like
than
Who
Drew.
played Santa Claus in the movie Elf? Who played Santa Claus?
it's what Scarpino, Ricky, who else before Andreyko?
I think it's just 2,
Oh, okay.
just 2.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
but I can't pull the third if there's a third one.
Come on, James.
Is it Jay Washington?
One Roca.
Horatio? No.
No,
No, no, Jay
No,
Washington never
no,
played
no,
Santa
I got
Claus.
this wrong. Apologies, you
because that's
might-
when
No,
James
like
Conver's dead.
diversity.
no, not that. I meant like Jay
never played
Washington.
Santa.
No, I meant Jay Washington after Ricky. Damn it.
Damn
it.
He came in after XX5XX.
Underrated.
If you have not
Second-
seen the movie,
secondhand
you are
line?
absolutely missing out.
And
It's great.
very good.
So I was disappointed at the lack of lions in Secondhand Lions.
It's in the flashback.
The one.
Like I thought there were going to be more lions.
Flashback.
It's
I put on Golden
technically it's a little bit of a misnomer because
Secondhand line.
the 2 old guys are lions too. Because they used to be young lions and adventuring and fighting and
Now they're just
people up. And now they're
secondhand.
just old. Like the other lion.
I feel like it was mismarketed as a movie that was going to have lions in it. And then-
Everyone who misses this hurts my soul, son. Come
Well, then I'll take my leave now.
here.
2, 1, Nick.
Danny Elfman?
Correct.
On board.
And Beast.
Danny Elfman.
His first score, by the way.
Daniel Elfman.
Oh, Danny Elfman.
Correct. And Merle.
Second time's a charm.
Oh, Danny Elfman. That's what you meant. I was
Why does
confused.
Folk always look surprised when he's called?
All right, guys, we move on to the category.
It's
of 80s
John
films.
being John.
Oh, Danny.
What name did Marty use as an alias in Back to the Future 3?
That was What is it? Fruit of the Loom, like somebody says, right?
No.
No, somebody said he thinks
That was Calvin Klein.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
somebody thought said Fruit of the Loom in a match.
Who missed Calvin Klein? Was that Roca?
That was Roca. That's why they. Yeah, that's why they said
Fruit of the
it.
Loom.
I think Roka says Fruit of the Loom.
And he screams at the
Yeah,
audience.
El Billy the
because
Kid.
they're
God, he needs to watch back.
One, two. He's got to really Back to the Futures again.
Yeah, he's a little off on his Back to the Future knowledge.
And I can't wait to hear the audience erupt for this one.
What is the biggest yellow belly in the West?
What actor famously said?
I wanted to bring on a guest star real quick. Hello. Hello. His name is Felix. I had to get him on real quick. Felix.
Oh, look at the kitty.
Yeah, cute cat.
He was playing at my feet. I couldn't resist.
Does he have a magic bag?
Yeah, he's an adventurer, that's for sure.
Felix, that's going to be the thumbnail.
Yeah,
Felix the cat. Wonderful wonder.
What is that? Nick Scarpino was eliminated. I'm so shocked.
I like Scarpino.
This just in, Felix is not a fan of Nick Scarpino.
No, he is. He was so shocked he got taken out.
Who the hell is that?
This is who I think it is.
I think that was Malcolm saying a message.
He saw a note.
Yeah, Malcolm said that he's going to be back. Oh, it's Ricky.
My favorite was Sandy's reaction to it. What the hell was that?
I just saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like trying to read.
I'm surprised it didn't make Chris yell because things that jump.
Oh, no. No. I hope that Freya doesn't act up again.
It was so hilarious because she was done barking and you screamed like 3 seconds later.
Oh.
Here you go, Jer.
I hope she starts. I hope she starts barking.
Oh, come on.
What watch along was it where that first fucking happened?
This is the one that drew
Wizard of Oz's Oscar chances were Gone with the Wind.
Oh, what a great pun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gone with the Wind. I think it should have been. That should have been a
This
musical.
one and Drew misses it.
Gone with the Wind should have been a musical? No.
It's not too late to make one.
That'd be.
Drew.
Look at Ricky might as well be done right now. That's his.
I remember talking to Drew and he was just like, I don't care about Oscars at all. Obviously.
I hate the Oscars.
I like them. But I understand.
I just asked a question. I just wrote a question about the movie.
Yeah.
Yes, Malcolm. We just got a message from you, Malcolm.
I would challenge that question because there are two insomnias. It was a remake of a Swedish film with Stellan Skarsgård.
Well,
that would actually
really
technically
talk about U.S. films, so.
Yeah, that would technically be right if you said Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah, technically. You could challenge. You could make a case for it.
The Speed
They just have to
sequel could
respin.
not reunite Sandra Bullock and her co-star Keanu Reeves. But what 2006 film did?
Toast.
Oh, this is when we find out that Roka has a
killed
secret.
poor Alex in a match on the Lake House question. He lost a match on a Lake House question.
He did.
This is Roka. Roka loves this.
And he was pissed.
That would be the Lake House.
Correct.
Are you still on part 1 or part 2 now?
Part 2.
We're on part 2.
One of my favorites, honestly, the Lake House.
All
No Lake House.
Every once in a while, Roka says something that is just very surprising. Like the Lake House is one of his favorites. What?
He has a sensitive side. What are you gonna do?
What?
Jean Valjean was originally sent to jail for stealing what?
I've never even seen Lake House.
Is this
Milk
one?
bread.
Does Bibiani sing it or does McQueen? Bibiani.
Bibiani. He like sings it after the question too.
Yeah.
I was like, he's really going all out on this.
Bread and its multitude. I think I made a meme of that, and it's on the Schmoedown.
Cell phone, I like that.
That was great.
Ricky could eliminate McQueenie if McQuenie misses and he
But will it?
All right, guys.
Not gonna happen.
Your final question of this round.
That was a scary thought in 2017. It's a scary thought even now.
It is. I think 3 people get a perfect round in this one, right?
Final film in 1976.
Is it Rooster Cogburn?
What was John Wayne's
No, that would be the
final
that would be the shootist.
film? Queenie has to either get this or
Which
hope that Ricky
here's a little trivia fact about the shootist. I'll say after.
5, 4.
It's weird that that's soon going to be your manager,
Hands down,
Bibbs.
please. And Drew.
I have a horrible feeling I've just done this wrong. I put Rooster Cogburn.
That's incorrect.
Yes.
Roca.
The shootist?
That's correct. Merle.
Oh, good going with Roca. Nice.
Wrong actor, but Xanadu.
Oh.
Xanadu.
This is probably only interesting to me, but The Shootist was the only John Wayne movie directed by Don Siegel, who did all the Clint Eastwood
At least I got
westerns.
points.
Nice. I'm just happy that I answered the same way that the Godfather answered.
Yeah, that's why it was in your head.
Rounds in a row with
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
I think Rooster Cogburn came out in '75.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Introducing your next. Who can hang with these guys at number 25?
Oh, no, it was Andreyko. There was only 2 people.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Here it is.
Wonder Woman.
We're here, guys.
The
Drop the
moment
gun.
is here.
Felix, you gotta come comment on this moment.
My second favorite competitor.
Oh man, here it is,
I
guys.
miss the Andreyko spin. We haven't seen it in a
The
while.
moment that makes us.
And Draco is hands down my favorite competitor.
You have. Holy crap.
Oh yeah, it's great on movie fights.
I've never watched an episode of Movie Fights before.
Oh, there's
Portman films. For a role
The Kevin Smith ones are great.
Natalie Portman shaved her head. Shaved her head. Shaved it. Was she then sent to bed?
Last one that Bakugo was on was a riot too.
that was Valentine's Day, right?
No, and the drunk Ken ones are amazing.
The drunk Ken ones.
V for Vendetta.
Crazy.
V for Vendetta.
So funny.
V for Vendetta.
And Drew. Perfect round. Perfect.
When he
Oh,
goes on
man.
about Brad Pitt.
Here we go. Next one.
This round is gonna like give me an ulcer.
We move back to the category of drama.
Oh, it happened. Yeah.
What
I remember. I was at
1999
work
movie
and
features a man
I
with
literally almost fell on the chair.
supernatural powers and a mouse.
I remember I watched this by myself, and then my husband watched it after me, and I was like, "You have to watch this part. Pay attention."
Yeah, that's
Green Mile.
4, 3, 2, 1. Merle.
It's a circus.
Green Mile.
That's correct. And Draco.
Green Mile.
Correct. What are you on?
This is like whoever gets
The
the.
late great Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those
Yeah,
rounds.
we miss him.
Category of
This is probably one of the best rounds ever in Schmoedown history.
Oh, yeah.
I think John Campion's reaction is my favorite from the. He's like,
Oh,
I can name all of them, of course.
Name an actress that played one of those parts.
I think they all said Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Probably.
Kate Beckinsale and
Kate Blanchett, not Beckinsale.
1 and Draco.
and Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Blanchett.
This
And
shit,
Kate Blanchett.
this shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A. Wait, isn't that Gwen Stefani?
I should have written Gwen Stefani, but I wrote Kate Blanchett.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, and Kate. Yeah.
3, 3, 3, 3. We could be here. We could be here for a while.
Wow.
Don't tell me.
Here we go.
All right, guys.
Give me.
Now move on to the category of Oscar films.
The tears here.
Jerome Robbins.
What was your guys' reaction when this first happened?
Win an Oscar for Best
oh,
Director
I was at work.
for
My
the
supervisor
only
walked in the
movie
door,
he
and
ever
I
directed. What
literally was almost falling out of the chair.
1960s
I said,
film did
He's
he
like, "You all right?" No, no, I'm not.
I know you know this one.
He didn't even hesitate.
4, 3.
He had 2 moments
West
when
Side
he walked in.
Tom Jones?
Incorrect.
He also came in with Godfather. Godfather.
West Side Story.
That-
West
Godfather.
Side Story.
Wow.
That right there, Viviani missing that is what caused all of this to happen.
Yep.
Hurt yourself, folks. Here it comes.
So when Draco gets it right, but everybody else misses it, and Viviani gets it right.
Viviani and Draco get it right, and everyone else misses.
And they play in the state. It goes in the perfect formation too, like right around.
You can't write something like this.
No.
Yeah, and I didn't know it at the time. I remember it breaking my mind.
And I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just like, oh man, they're gonna lose bids. That sucks.
No, I was.
Excited.
Still,
No.
still
This is it. This is
It
it.
becomes a reality once everyone starts missing it.
Spirit.
That's correct.
Wow.
And then you're like, wait. What? What?
There it is.
Yeah, that. I just love Mark's like reaction.
Drew's just like, what just happened?
So awesome.
That must have been a great way to go, though.
Christian is freaking out.
Well, yeah, because you cleared the entire death row, and then Bibbs has to pack up all
And
those.
Bibbs has to pack.
He's gonna
Like when
wheel
you're
his
promoting
suitcase.
when you're promoting something, you want it like to be something like this, and then it happens.
You can't write something like that.
It's so good.
Such a huge moment. They created a shirt after it.
I can't imagine what it was like in the actual theater, like the actual place.
Pandemonium. Jason Inman.
Well, when Harloff says what's the greatest moment, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
AC Howard.
They just have to recover. That easily like knocked out like 40 minutes of game time though.
Oh yeah.
Because those guys weren't going anywhere otherwise.
Oh no, it would have been like one person in, one person in, one person in for the rest of the match.
Oh, this is the moment where Robert loves diversity. It was the most awkward moment.
Oh, Burnett and Stacey Howard.
Can you imagine the back when that table got cleared? How
Oh,
everyone just
Wendy.
went,
I think Wendy was the one that had to go grab everybody. She's like,
I'm sure.
She had
I need everyone,
to grab
everyone.
4 people and say, "We'll go."
This table though that comes out is great.
Just go from this to that. Just gotta move 3 fingers.
He is the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown Inner Geekdom Champion.
It's Ric Flair.
Love to see the unedited tape of this to just see what. Rob, there's Rob, the best guy ever, awesome guy.
Yep.
Greatest player in history.
He's the greatest. He's my favorite. He's not better than Bibbs though.
Do you see this rival match happening here?
Stacy coming out of this Jessica rabbit.
And that right there is the birth of Blofeld's cat.
I want Burnett's jacket so bad.
Yeah.
This just
Yeah,
wasn't
Sandy, you
even
need to host matches in that jacket like that.
22.
Stacy's another one of those, just like Moti Modoc, that just dresses for the, like, does the costume thing right up.
Yeah.
To the nines.
Still in shock that arguably 4 of the top possible guys to win this thing.
They still can't get over it.
In this round.
So there we go. There are the competitors on the table. Mark and Draco right now clearly could be the MVP.
I wonder how Rob would have fared being in the middle. He probably could have gotten the XX5XX and been a legend.
New table, new round, new
Wait a minute.
You come up with some weird.
Might have it mixed up. It might have gone 55x55.
Wow. Wow.
This just got uncomfortable.
Playing today.
By the way, mad props to Robert over there.
Wow.
Oh my, he's on fire.
Adventure. Who played Dr. Ellie Sattler?
Rob did actually really well in the free-for-all, to be completely honest. He stays for a while, Burnett.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't have a million people.
Of the killers.
That's correct.
But that's part of the game. He almost won too.
Laura Dern.
Correct, Robert.
Laura Dern.
Correct, Stacy. That's correct. All right.
Good job.
Has there ever been like a what actors were in Jurassic Park in Star Wars? Like you could do that question up now.
Yeah, there you go.
Laura Dern, yeah, and
Samuel L. Jackson.
And
feeling pretty good about himself.
yeah, Sam.
Is there somebody?
Was,
that's it.
Wait a minute.
Question 2.
That's a good question.
Correct, Robert.
Did Andy Serkis ever do anything for the world or no? No.
No, not Endurance.
No.
He did not believe I know yet. It's coming though.
Can't
He
believe
was
it.
one of the Raptors.
Yeah.
No,
I do think Vincent D'Onofrio should be in a Star Wars movie though, so hopefully that works out. Except I hope it's not a bad movie because it tends to be in bad movies.
The pirates don't eat the tourists.
He's a great actor though, and he's the best MCU villain, but sucks that.
We lose Malcolm again?
We lost Malcolm. Malcolm is just coming in and out. It's all good.
Coming and going.
That's okay. That's okay.
I know the title of the movie.
He's like that guy at the party that just comes in and gets his drink and can walk out and come back, and he's a great guy though.
Susan.
Desperately seeking Earl.
I don't think we've ever had a question that easy, have we, Jeremy?
No.
Maybe in the early days. I don't know.
Susan.
Desperately. Oh, that reminds me when I saw that.
I did Mr. Deeds Goes to Blank. I feel like that's easy.
That's pretty easy.
So fittingly, we go to the category of rom-com.
Well, somebody could have got it mixed up. They could have said Goes to
Yeah,
Jail.
two different people said Washington.
That Grace Jones plays in the 1992 film.
I've never heard of that movie.
Some one-word name.
Mr. Deeds Goes to Town? Never heard of it, Cody?
And Draco's just like, I got this.
Same with Washington.
What the fuck? What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Strong J. J.
Mark.
Strong J with the accent mark.
Robert.
I said Sean J.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
All right, so
I just like how excited Jay gets. He's just like, Strong J.
Your inner geekdom champion, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Goodbye.
But a nice round.
He's going to have a fight on his hands after the last Inner Geekdom match.
Yeah.
Might not.
Washington? Washington actually did really well in his last Inner Geekdom match.
We're talking about Inman.
Oh, good. I wasn't paying attention. That was awesome.
Yeah, he's going to face Donica now.
There's Brienne.
Yeah.
Donica's got some weaknesses, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donica
More
can be
than
really
what
good.
shows.
He can also be not so good. So
I don't think
If this were
far too many Star Wars.
if this were nowadays, Brienne would have done that intro to the Nines.
The winners win. All right, here we go. Category of horror.
That was like the first start of her
What is
actually
the name of the pub
her
in Shaun of
heel kind of turn.
the Winchester.
Duo Jer.
The Winchester.
That is the reason.
What is the
Dan
name of
got
the
into
pub in
film.
Shaun of the Dead? Pubalicious. Pubalicious. I don't know.
The Winchester. We already said it.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Two different people said it.
All right, Brienne.
Okay.
Winchester.
Correct. Mark.
Yeah.
I suck. I forgot it.
Oh,
I suck.
That's Burnett.
Same.
Winchester.
That's correct, Stacy.
Winchester.
Wow. Look at that.
Wait, is it the Winchester?
Draco missed. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Winchester.
Winchester.
Well, what if somebody said Winchester instead of the Winchester?
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
like how they gave a point to Androko, even though he said I suck.
What Game of Thrones star played the father?
Well, that's graphics being graphics. Well, yeah. Happens.
I still found that funny though.
The father in Sinister.
5, 4,
I forget.
2, 1. Brienne.
This is Draco when he puts
Uh,
Mark.
The guy that runs the whores, but I forget his name.
All
the
right.
guy that runs the whores.
Littlefinger.
I forget his last name.
Stacy.
I said Littlefinger too.
All right, so no
Little.
Little.
Little
The guy that
finger.
owns the whores.
He's a man. A man with the tiny thumb.
I know.
Question
me too.
number 3 in the category of
What?
Tom Cruise films.
He's the man.
Tom Cruise and Cuba Gooding
He's
Jr.
the man.
featured starring which 2 movies together? 2 films. Which
I'm
one?
glad what happened in season 7 happened, so that I don't have to laugh every time I see him now. Because
One's the harder one.
And 5,
Tom Cruise. Who's Cuba Gooding Jr.?
2,
Show me the money.
Draco.
Get the hell out
Jerry
of
Maguire
here.
and Tropic Thunder.
Incorrect. Robert.
Get the hell out of here.
Incorrect. Stacy.
I said Jerry Maguire and I started to write Spice World just because I thought it would be fun.
Incorrect.
JC.
Jerry Maguire and Boat Trip.
correct.
Boat trip.
Jerry Maguire, and I have no idea.
Wow, we were looking for Jerry Maguire and A Few Good Men.
You good man.
Snow Dogs.
Deep cut.
Tom Cruise was one of the dogs.
All right, folks. We
Tom
move
Cruise
back
voiced
to
a
the
doll?
category
Yeah, in
of
Snow Dogs.
rom-coms.
Ah, cool.
The Jane Austen novel Emma provides the basis for what 1990s rom-com?
Clark, I think that you're kind of clueless about the answer to this question, right?
I wasn't even paying attention.
The answer to this question?
Oh, Jane Austen novel?
That's correct.
Were you
Oh,
clueless?
setup. Another setup.
Were you clueless to answer?
Oh.
All right,
I gave you the answer.
All right, and
Oh.
last question. Last question here in the category.
Wow, Jay
She
Watkins.
gave you an awesome answer.
Category of sci-fi.
So we're getting a Linus now. Right in time for Sam Levine, I
What is the
think.
name of Charlie Hunnam's
He must
At the
have
end of the thing. We got like another like 20 minutes.
He came right in time for Sam Levine. He has 20 minutes to chill with us.
5,
He's gonna be like, oh, Sam Levine's not on, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Drew McQueen already left, I'm out of here.
Funky man, I don't know.
Jay.
Mark Ellis already left, I'm out of here.
Brianne. Incorrect. And Draco.
Bad actor.
Incorrect. Okay.
Bad
Robert.
actor.
And I love that.
Also known as Quentin
None of them
Tarantino.
got it right,
Yeah.
but because Jay missed, Jay Washington has been
Oh,
eliminated.
hey.
Jay's amazing, though. Jay's amazing, though. Jay's a great guy.
Yeah, Jay's awesome.
He goes from
Jay is
5
glorious.
to 1.
Although he stole my song.
Anything can happen.
What song?
Glorious. I was using that as my whenever I win a match song.
I used that before I even debuted in Wrestling Trivia Showdown. That's my favorite. My
I
favorite.
mean, but have you met him?
Competitor.
Jay? No.
Jay's a sweetheart.
That fits him.
He is number 31. The Pitbull.
What?
What, Ken?
I completely forgot that Ken was here.
He was at the table.
I know, but I forgot about that. That's why I didn't have the computer by him.
Yeah.
Back when I cheered that.
That Nerds Watch thing now has a completely different meaning.
There's a reason why
It's the kneel of betrayal now.
Oh, man.
And I bought that Nerd Watch shirt that Janina made that was on the shop for literally 12 hours.
But not a brand new category. We go
Yeah,
to
that's true.
directors. Who directed?
I still think I'm the only person that ever purchased that shirt.
What shirt was it?
It was a Nerd Watch
Peter Weir.
that Janine made.
Slamming it down. 5, 4.
If I can find it, I'll show it to you.
2, 1. Ken.
Probably a white male.
White.
Brianne.
John Singleton.
Incorrect. And Draco.
Peter Weir.
Peter Weir.
Correct. Robert.
Peter Weir.
That's correct.
See, Ken was correct.
This says Peter Weir, but it looks like
Technically.
Nice, take that.
In the category of classics.
Nice try, Stacy.
Who played Walter Burns in the House?
This just proves to everybody how much knowledge Robert has.
Carrie. Carry your hand.
Yeah, that there, Carrie.
All right. 5.
Did you find it,
It was
Jeremy?
The most suave guy in the
What was that?
entire history.
I'm surprised that they don't sell that anymore. I thought, well, now they obviously it's outdated, but
Correct, Stacy.
Yeah. It was always special to me. It was the first Schmoedown purchase.
that's awesome.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
All right.
It's actually a really good shirt. I remember seeing that in the
All
group
right,
and
folks,
liking
we
that
move
design
on
a
to the
lot.
category of new releases.
But people complained about Ken's hair in it. I was
Who
like,
played
you
the
don't
older
nitpick
brother
anymore.
in Sing Street?
Oh, they can't.
Ah.
Oh, they can't.
what the fuck?
I still haven't seen Sing Street.
You should get
Oh,
on.
it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Really good.
3.
Really?
The people in the Facebook group sometimes just don't.
Are you
I
gonna,
don't think they
are you
like
gonna
it.
do that on so many soundtracks, Chris?
What is it? Sing Street? Yeah, that's on a
Sing Street,
list. That's on a list.
Yeah.
No. Stacy.
The schedule right now is packed.
Oh, it
It's
is.
on a soundtrack which I own and I can't remember.
Remember, Chris, if you ever do the Blues Brothers, give me a call.
Oh, I plan on doing Blues Brothers for a special.
You're the only ones.
Jack Rayner.
I'd love to be on that.
Category of
Yeah,
biopic.
Say me,
Corey
Doman,
Hawkins played whom in
and
Straight Outta
whoever else you want to bring in.
Corey
Mhm.
Hawkins played.
Because I know Doman loves it too.
Couple look pretty confident. They all seem to be scribbling down there.
Trey.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Robert.
Dr. Dre.
That is correct. Stacy.
Easy E.
That's incorrect. Ken.
Dr. Dre.
That's correct.
You were
Brienne.
waiting for that. Dr. Dre.
Correct. And
Easy.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. 2-2-2. Okay. So now our final question in this round. Final question.
Oh no.
All right. Here we go, folks. Your final question of this round comes to you from the category.
He's got a hit
I'm
and
sure you
Ken's
all
got a
be
miss.
Of musicals.
Oh, then they both still be screwed.
Who played the baker in 2014's Into the Woods?
James Corden.
Speaking of bad movies.
I do remember pulling that somehow, even though I've never seen it.
5, 4, 3, 2.
It's not a good one.
1 pen's down. Stacy.
Julia Child.
James Corden.
Julia Child is the one that does the cooking, right?
No.
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
yes,
Julia
but
Child.
not in that movie.
No, wait.
Correct. All right, Ken.
You know what I meant? Like that. Ooh, I got these biscuits. That pose. Oh, no, yeah.
Sounds like Mrs. Doubtfire.
That too. I think she's based
It
on
was
Julia.
also in the greatest animated movie ever made. We're back at Dinosaur Story.
We have 2 members of 6 Degrees in there for a few rounds.
Oh, is that the one where the dinosaurs are in like the city?
Yes.
We're back.
Yeah, based
that-
on the children's book, which many people forget.
Representing
And also, Jay Leno did a voice in.
I have a show called Nostalgia Goggles. That's on the list.
I remember
I forgot he was on here.
Dennis. Yeah.
Yeah.
That dinosaur movie also had a weird Tyrannosaurus Rex with like a 6-pack.
Table and things just got
It is the
interesting.
modest assassin.
Talk about diversity, right?
I don't know.
I love Christian's reactions to you.
Who played Robert Thornhill in Hitchcock's espionage mystery North by Northwest?
Just asked about this guy like 5 minutes ago.
Well, they also had 2 Jurassic Park questions in 1 round. So.
That's true.
3, 2, 1. Ken. That's correct. Brienne.
Jimmy Stewart.
Incorrect. Draco.
Cary Grant.
Correct. Robert.
Cary Grant.
Correct. Dennis.
Cary Grant.
Correct.
I need to ask
Felix
Chris.
Is that your cat? It sounds
Felix
like
is crying.
It sounds like someone's like cheering, like.
Felix is upset with how things are going. Come here, Felix.
My best friend's wedding. Where does Julie?
Rob's-
He's very vocal.
Rob's stayed in a long time so far.
Kissing Michael.
Take note, everybody. He stayed in longer than Dan Merrill.
Not a lie.
No.
Nope.
Incorrect. False news.
It seems like it. Though.
Factual.
Bathroom?
That is correct.
Like the world you live in, Chris, is just so interesting.
You are fake news.
Dennis.
Yeah.
Bathroom.
That's
I wonder how many
correct.
people believe the
said
fake stuff I
Oh,
post.
wow. Okay.
All
Dennis
right.
now. 2
Some
I
people
think
do.
some people
All right, here we
take
go.
you serious,
Category
and I
number
think
3,
it's so
coming
weird.
of age. Coming of age films.
They
Like some
they
people
they
get
very
so
much.
upset.
There was this one poster that Christian actually had to take down off of the Facebook page because it looked too. People thought
It
they
was
were
too professional. People were getting real confused. They were like, "What?
Yep.
Like, where did he announce this?" It's like, he did it. This is a joke.
Was
This
that
is
the
what we like to
Harloff
call it,
Alley?
joke.
3.
And people just didn't realize the date. People didn't realize it was Robert
No,
Mayabaneka.
it was the
Robert.
live the next live event. He made a fake poster for it,
I
Yeah.
actually haven't matured yet, so weird sites.
and it was like Robert Meyer Burnett and Bibbs and Whitney, and it's like, obviously that's a fake
All right,
poster.
folks. Your
Like
next
I've thought so many
category.
times I won't
is
do
that
it, but
of
like leaving the
classics.
Facebook page for like a time because
What actor
some
appeared
people in
the
there
film
just drive me up the walls. I just never comment on
in
anything, but I just
Showdown
shake my head.
with Dean Martin?
Oh, my favorite one is when Chris posted the fake match card for our collision.
That was a good one too. Yeah.
I feel so bad for every admin on that Facebook page. Like,
I'll reread the
You should.
question.
Well, we
You
like
guys
each
don't
other,
get
so
enough
there's
credit.
that.
5 seconds. Right quick.
What
You what?
actor appeared in
We
Pillow
like
Fight
each
with
other,
Dean
so at least there's that.
Yeah, that's
well,
all
yeah,
good.
that's true. But you guys get, you don't get enough credit
Okay.
for the stuff you have to put up with.
What you talking about? I think,
Everything. Everybody's Buttercup and lollipops.
yeah, buttercups and lollipops.
Hey, come here.
Yeah, no.
I know the name Montgomery Cliff.
The other one wants to say hi now.
All right.
Oh, shit, weird.
Final question here.
I'm gonna start sneezing.
Let me switch it.
So is it Garfield or Heathcliff?
Oh, he's hissing at you guys.
He doesn't seem happy.
He's not. That's Crowley. He's the mean one.
His eyes.
Wait, that's
Come on.
sassy from Homeward Bound.
Here we go.
Another X.
He does. He has a little sassy
Female
look.
monster to appear in a movie. Who's the first female
The little one is so sweet. The big one is not.
He probably knows that I'm
Mine are sleeping under my feet,
allergic
so I will
to
not get them out here.
This went by really quickly. Damn.
Yeah, it does.
It's still fun to watch.
Yes.
That's correct, Ken.
Bride of Frankenstein.
I watched this one not too long ago.
Incorrect.
What is amazing to me is you can watch these matches and then you go back and watch them and you're like, I don't remember any of these answers.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's not about the answers, it's about just how it affected you. Like,
Goodbye, Kenneth.
Okay.
I'm
Levine, right?
seriously multitasking.
Yeah. This was Hector Navarro and Sam Levine.
I'm prepping our match for today.
And two of them are coming out
right now.
I forgot, usually at my lunch break, which I didn't take today, I make the top 10 graphic. I forgot to do that today. No,
have you gotten use of those green screens?
You know, the ones of Roka, he's all wearing his hat. It's really difficult to use for the graphics.
Oh.
He like never doesn't wear a hat. So then I just have to take all the stuff from Movie Talk. But all of this stuff.
Number 34.
Oh, damn.
Navarro. I missed that I also missed that rivalry. Oh, is Linus I need to add Linus.
He said he was gonna come in like an hour ago?
Yeah. I need to make sure Linus. Come on, Linus.
Glorious. He won't give in. He won't give in.
Are you sure you added it?
Glorious.
I'm calling him again.
I don't know if I can perform. It's really hard seeing the belt.
Oh, no, turn it upside down like Roka did.
Really?
All right, so
Turn it up.
New round, new boards, and we start in the category of classics. Harvey is about Elwood P. Dowd, who has a deep and heartfelt friendship with Harvey, a giant invisible what?
Rabbit.
moaning in the crowd.
To quote Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Yes, yeah,
this
we
is
don't
my
have to roll
friend,
the board. It's really easy to
Harvey.
moan out loud.
5, 4.
Oh, this is Linus's match because his boy wins.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Hector.
Rabbit.
Correct.
Spoiler.
Invisible rabbit.
Correct. And
Spoiler
A
alert.
rabbit.
Yeah, I don't know why
There you go. So we've got a
I
full
did
table
that.
here, all
Whoops.
points.
Wait, what? He
Next
wins?
category, the
I'm
category
sorry.
of
Who knew?
90s
Oh my
films.
god.
Who declares?
This was
I
his.
never
Ruined
take
it.
off my skates. In which
Who declares I never take my skates?
I feel like I'm gonna boogie.
Who declares?
Oh, who does it? Okay. I feel like I'm going to roller now.
Roller girl.
Is that from Mighty Ducks?
What do you got?
No.
Barrymore.
Boogie
Drew
Nights.
Barrymore.
Boogie Nights.
Correct.
no.
Draco.
Roller girl.
Now I'm wanting to see a crossover.
Roller girl.
That's correct. That's Sam.
You could
Gordon
put that your
Bombay falls on real hard.
Sam Levine.
question right into your Dexter movies, Jer.
Still at that table.
All right,
Of
guys,
what
the next
movies?
category
Sexy
comes up
movies.
in the form
I have to write a whole
80s
match of sexy movies.
films. Does Danny win in
Am I the only one that thinks Emilio Estevez and Bill Pullman look alike?
To be specific,
Oh my gosh,
Who?
what are you doing?
Cabin tournament.
change their answer.
Because I'm looking up Mighty Ducks and I thought it was Bill Pullman, but it's Emilio Estevez.
It's very obviously Amelia.
Yeah, I don't know about the resemblance there.
Tommy Lee Jones and Harrison Ford now.
He looks a lot like Martin.
That's incorrect.
You see the world different than what you do, Chris. And that's okay.
I could have sworn that was Bill
Yeah.
Pullman, not Emilio
Yeah,
Estevez.
Emilio Estevez looks a lot like Martin Sheen for
No,
some
we
reason.
were looking for the caddy.
I'm actually going to put a poll up and see if people agree with
Of
me.
course.
All right.
I always thought Robert Downey Jr. bared a very similar resemblance to Danny Glover.
In Demolition Man.
See, Martin
Where
Sheen
does Simon
is
Pegg
Emilio
find
Estevez's
the
dad, hence
Museum.
the
Well, this
resemblance.
video has gone to hell in a handbasket.
Got gone a little off the rails.
Yeah.
Robert Meyer Burnett.
San Diego.
It makes it fun.
Factory.
Incorrect, Sam.
This train didn't have any rails.
Radio Shack.
Incorrect, and Mark.
Taco Bell.
Incorrect.
A great guess, though.
It
A
is
great
good.
guess with Taco
Very
In the words of Simon Phoenix, good memory.
All right, here we go.
All right, folks. Your final question of this round comes
movie
in
I haven't
the
seen in a
form
while.
of Pixar films.
Poor Sam. He studied a ton of animated films after all this.
It is. Even I could get this one right.
Oh, this was so funny.
And it shows how much he's studied.
Nope.
Yeah, Sam didn't care. He just put happy him for you.
2, 1. Dennis.
Anger, fear, sadness.
That's correct. Sam.
I went with sad, happy,
This
and
is the
horny.
next one.
Anger, fear, joy,
Still good.
sadness,
Great.
disgust.
And Draco.
We'll take
No, that's like the end of the movie when she's got that.
Is this the other XX5XX moment?
And Robert.
That's the
Yes.
when she goes to high school movie.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. All right.
No, it's sad.
Yeah, this is the other one. No one talks about this one.
Nobody
Oh,
ever
it's
talks about it. You're right.
XXX3. It's 3XXX.
Sam Levine
Well, that's not as
advances to the
catchy.
finals against number 35.
How
But
about
no one talks about Sam wiping the table clean.
Yeah.
Because it's not as heavy as the other one.
I
So
mean, and
that's
Draco
why.
was still on there.
No, I agree. It needs to be talked about more, but
Yeah, and Draco, you have Navarro, and you have the former Intergeekdom. You have the former Intergeekdom champion, the champion at that time, and you have the android. 3 out of 4.
This is the best entrance because it's like who could be last, and then of course
And of
who
course.
else could be last.
I was
potato.
disgusted.
The
That's
fact
it.
that he could have won the whole thing seems just.
That's why it was so fitting that he came last, because if he just came into a 4-man table, it just wouldn't have felt right.
Right.
Real news, too.
John's favorite human being.
I think Tom and John are pretty much the same person.
John isn't even in the room when I said that. He's like, "What are you talking about, Tom?"
If you took the hoodie off, it's Nick Scarpino.
Oh, you're talking bad about Tom.
I would never talk bad about Tom.
Your ass will get uninvited to the mansion pretty quick.
Tom's the best.
I still play that clip of him saying that.
You're a buffoon.
Here we go in the category.
Does he even hang for a question? I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
I think he gets one.
The alphanumeric designation.
This goes to sudden death, right?
BC-1701. No bloody A, B, C, or D.
5, 4,
Jeremy knew that.
I didn't.
1 pen down.
I'm gonna train on Star Trek.
I still haven't seen a Star Trek.
Incorrect. Robert, what's the answer? Screen?
1.
NCC 1701. There it is. All right.
And you can
But
add.
James Dohan's in Relic Star Trek Next Generation is the best.
That was easy.
There we go.
No.
All right, guys.
First Contact Enterprise is the best. Sovereign Class E.
From the category.
No, I'm just saying James Dohan's quote from it in Relics on Next Generation was the best one.
I always tell the truth.
There have been 5 ships under that registration. Please, Nate.
I just
state
watched
serial
this
killer.
clip. You guys know what this is? Yeah. I always tell the truth, even when I lie.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Tom.
Flubber.
Incorrect.
Sam.
Public Enemy.
Now we were looking for Scarface.
Scarface. All right. So still.
It's been so
Because
long.
it's not the most famous line from Scarface, so
It's
no
a
one
great.
cares.
It's one of my favorite scenes. Though. It's when he goes off on all the rich people in the restaurant.
Category.
You think I'm the bad
Category of
guy? You
90s.
think I'm the bad guy?
For what movie did Jack Palance win the Best Supporting Actor for in 1991?
One-armed push-ups.
1991.
Thriller video
Biggie
count?
Slickers.
I remember watching that moment live when he did the one-arm push-ups on the Oscars.
Me
That was
too.
one of the great what the F moments of the Oscars ever.
Mm-hmm.
Sam.
You're dating us, there, Jer.
That's correct.
Oh yeah.
This is. I think at this point I was just like shocked. I was just like, what is going on?
Amazing chest definition.
Why is this happening?
Twilight Zone.
Of this entire match. What
Bit every
popular
nail.
movie musical, directed by John Huston, was released in 1982?
I think I did this recently too. Do you know it, Sandy?
I'm thinking.
It's A Hard Knock Life, Sandy.
Oh, Annie.
Correct, Sam.
Thanks.
That's correct. All right, this could be it. Comes down to this. If Sam Levine
Tom has to hit.
He wins on Annie.
he will win the free-for-all. Here we go. Category is comedy. In what film do Luke Wilson and Maya Rudolph awaken after 500 years from a hibernation experiment?
Sam definitely knew this.
Now, Tom.
It is happening, folks.
It is
Idiocracy.
absolutely happening right now.
Isn't it artificial intelligence?
In what
No.
film do Luke
No.
Wilson and Maya Rudolph
No.
awaken after 500 years from a hibernation
That's in stock, such an
experiment?
idiocracy.
Idiocracy.
It's happening.
If you don't get this one, you're an idiocracy.
Sam.
It is happening today. Idiocracy!
Oh, okay. It's idiocracy.
Chris Clark. Oh, idiocracy.
So, remind me, he used his thing for the title shot on Roka. Is that what he did?
No, he used it on
He used it on Merle right after Merle got the belt.
And went right to the last question.
Yeah, Merle got the belt at Collision, and then Sam just walks out and he's like, I challenge.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, it was Roka.
He was gunning for Roka for a long time, but that was.
Yeah.
Roka, Riley, and Merle.
He was
Roka
gonna
lost.
challenge. He was gonna challenge whoever won that match.
Yeah.
It's the luck of the draw, right? What's that got to do with anything? Look at the
Where we
I
get.
wonder who-
This is back
I wonder
before
who's
Emma.
locked in a room to take the 35 slot.
This is the beginning of the rise of Sam Levine right here.
Yeah.
That's the importance of this free for all. Is this is where his Schmoedown career really truly begins.
And wasn't it right after this that Harloff came up with the idea to pin Drew?
Yeah, it was pretty shortly after.
It was right after his title match with Merle.
Yeah, I mean, like, he was looking for a new partner.
Because the Double Jeopardy team went so well.
Well, when that match started, everyone was like, shoot, guy from Jeopardy, he's going to be on it. It was so bad.
So bad.
So bad.
I just remember saying, well, we're never getting him back. Thanks a lot, man.
Right.
Linus.
Like, he's from Jeopardy. You gotta know.
Linus, you missed it.
What an insult time to do it.
You missed the entire thing, but it's all
Hi,
good.
Linus. The match is over.
We're in the post-match interview stuff, and Sam won. Sam won.
Really?
Hey,
spoiler.
Who knew, right?
Oh, wow.
I mean, who was the 48 seed?
Well, if you want to know, if you want to pause at the hour and 4-minute mark on part 2, I'll give you a 10 count.
I don't even have the video loaded.
Okay, it's all good.
I think I'm actually gonna jump off, guys. So
I gotta jump off too.
Yeah.
See
We
you,
gotta
Jimmy.
prep our match tonight.
See you, bro, man.
Good luck.
Keep rocking, man.
You have this nice magical horse with you. Is that Robert?
See you guys.
This is Robert.
See you, Sandy.
That's horse. Passion Fire, right? Passion Fire.
And it was however many people are left. 4, 5. Oh, there's still a lot of people left. Never
There's
mind.
fantastic 5 of us, and we have the fantastic Linus, right, Linus?
The liniest of Linuses.
Until I need to go back to study for my SAT.
So, Linus, even though that you came in late, what are your thoughts on the free-for-all, the first one?
Oh, it's my favorite event that the Schmoedown did. I thought it was amazing, so much fun. Just seeing all the people there, all the surprises. I love the free-for-all.
So,
I don't think I defeated anyone.
how did you? Was this where you first got introduced to Sam?
No, I was probably one of Sam's first. I loved Sam from Freaks and Geeks, so before the Schmoedown.
Oh.
A lot of people watched Freaks and Geeks.
I knew I wasn't the first one. It takes place in Michigan.
Yeah.
So what's the time frame that we're at?
We are at an hour, and I'll pause at an hour and 5, and I'll give you a 10 count.
Okay.
I guess I'm out. And then everybody started screaming. I was like, oh, holy crap. Yeah, wow.
My different scores.
I'm just so excited for this Friday.
Welcome, Sam Levine.
Yeah.
I mean, you were just on fire.
You should be.
10,
You
9,
should.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hour and 5.
Don't tell me how I should feel, Kristen.
Oh, okay. Then you should not.
Wow,
feel...
somebody be sassy, Cody.
I made it for Mark Andreyko's post-match interview.
That's the only reason you wanted to come on. We know.
Yeah.
And you have Sam coming up soon too.
Yes. Oh, this interview is pretty famous.
So great to see you come out on top because you've been one of the toughest competitors in this league, and yet haven't necessarily had as many wins as somebody like a Vivian.
Who was the MVP? Was it John Humphrey or was it Mark?
It was John.
Not
It was Humphrey.
And then he had a singles match, and it didn't go.
No, it did not go well. But he's still.
Yeah, I found that so weird. Andreyko did the unthinkable, and he got rewarded with it with a match with John Humphrey.
Well, it was an easy win.
Yeah, I think you're now a pretty significant part
An easy W.
I remember when that match got announced, and I was just like,
Do you remember the first match? Like the first round, I think they scored like a combined like 2 or 3
Hey,
points.
Chris, who is this guy?
I don't want to talk to you right now, Linus.
What has this guy done recently?
I don't want to talk about it.
William did.
The last time I checked, he murdered someone on air.
And he was a very good on the desk.
And somehow they're still alive.
There are theories. There are theories going around about that.
It's like the death of Superman, and now he's back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of theories. There's just so many theories.
The many theories is that Chris has had Bibiani's undefeated and holds all the belts. Except Inner Geekdom, because that's Robert's.
Exactly.
He never lost it.
Never lost it ever.
Nope.
Ever.
My mind, like I feel like the Schmoedown in my head is better than the Schmoedown we have.
Your
Is
brain
Sam
is
champion
magical
still?
unicorn land.
Kind of.
I can just see you waking up from a nightmare at night. It's like, no, Robert Meyer Burnett's still champion. No.
That's okay, Bibs. I think you've still got more questions than Joe would ever possibly answer in any.
Ignorance is bliss, though. If you pretend something doesn't exist, you're happy. So.
Yeah, I pretend that a lot of things don't exist, and yet they still do.
In my mind, Trek won in the February.
Well, let me just say, guys,
That's fair.
that when whoever might have been out wins the free for all, you guys are all gonna be sorry.
Oh.
When John Roca wins the free for all, y'all are gonna be sorry.
Of course, Bibbs is probably the more likely one to win out of Bibbs and Burnett. But you know what? I want to go root for him.
When the surprise under Dark Horse comes in, Elliot Dewberry comes in and wins the entire free for all.
Brett Sheridan is number 48.
Hal Rudnick wins the free for all.
I think it's gonna be a
Greg
surprise
Albert wants
person.
the whole thing. You're going to refresh it thinking you missed something.
The final table is going to be Brett Sheridan, Hal Rudnick, and Nick Mundy.
They're like the two guys from the Kingsman.
And you forgot Elliot Dewberry.
And then Elliot Dewberry and Josh McCougar. That's the 5 table. Oh my God.
I didn't pick someone like weird. I picked like the secondary people from teammates to win the free for all.
Oh, like
Guy or Nost or someone like that.
Who's the girl from
I don't think
Superhero
Nick Mundy
News?
will ever compete again.
Probably. Which is too bad, because that's the only way Brett will get his match.
Nick versus Brett.
Nick versus Brett would be the funniest match that's ever taken place.
I don't get Harloff's logic against that match because he's like it halts the league, but then you have matches like Wild Berries and Real Reject.
Right.
I just want to watch it because it's going to be hilarious.
I think he's guessing. I'm pretty sure that's probably in the cards.
If it's like a surprise, it just like shows up one day, I'm gonna freak out.
Well, that's like the one day that Hal, when they teamed up, he got so mad at Nick. He's like, I think I'll take 80s. I'm pretty good at 80s and misses everything.
He misses every single thing. I got this. I'm good at this one. Just bombs.
And just Hal is like fuming. This is next to him. That car ride was so awkward.
Also, Tom coming out as 35 was the most perfect thing that could have ever happened.
I think they may have had a competitor back there, and they're like, since the table's clear, Tom, get out there.
The funny thing this year is if Tom comes out #1 this year.
Good job, Chief. But
it would be pretty funny.
A real challenge, a real competitor for the title.
He comes out #1. What the fuck is this shit? You kidding me?
Being held down by the system.
But then he wins. Like my prediction, Sam comes out #1. Every round's a table sweep, and then he wins.
Oh, that's a prediction right there.
You live in the same world as Chris. It was just a separate universe.
Except my world's called the real world.
The thing is, the difference is that Lance's favorite person is the champion right now, and he could theoretically get the belt for teams. And it's I have a lot of jealousy towards Linus that I don't like.
Theoretically,
I'm turning my favorite person into Michael Cera right now, so that's where I
like Michael Cera. Michael Cera will win the free-for-all, confirmed.
Yeah, confirmed, Michael Cera.
Michael Cera and Mark Ellis.
Tweet on the street.
Michael Cera and Mark Ellis would be a great team because they look like brothers.
What? What universe?
What do you?
What universe do you live in?
What?
Remember when I met Mark Ellis?
Yeah, I remember. I was
and
there.
then John photobombed.
Kristen, tell John I say hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the movie trivia Schmoedown free for all champion, the
Yay.
glorious one, Sam Levine.
Sammy! I know what people are going to say. They're going to say,
Oh,
he
it's Sam.
he came in
It's
with
Sam.
You know what? I absolutely did. But there's a lot of luck.
Sam's a great
for all
guy.
these, and for all the shit bad luck I've had to put up with
Yeah,
the
it's
fucking
snowing
wheel,
here.
with picking the
It was
wrong
snowing
numbers in
here.
round
It
3,
snowed here like all day. What the
once and draw number 34.
At least
So
your
I don't wanna
heater's
hear
not
any more
acting up.
about luck.
This was definitely
Sam.
a good showing of how luck and skill
Cody,
come together.
goodbye,
because
Cody.
Certainly you won this
All right,
competition based on the fact that
He's
you
just
are
too
really
happy
beyond
Sam
movie
won.
trivia.
I'm
That
okay. I do not believe I was the
Some people
strongest
just can't
competitor
handle
in the
the
free-for-all
majesty.
today. I just
He's the strongest
lucky
competitor in
draw
the
with my
world, that's
number,
why.
And then the first round that I had was, I guess, the
seen
real
all the
tough round for
competitors
me,
in
where
the
I managed to get 3 correct, and all
There's
my
two.
opponents
Sam
only
and
got
Drew.
2, which was nuts.
Harloff
That, to
still
me,
hasn't
was
posted the shirts
real
yet, and he
crux of the
said
competition for
he would post it on Monday.
You know what I think he was
Right now,
doing?
is there
I think
anything
he
else
was
you're feeling after winning
really
this
fucking
mega
with you.
competition?
This whole thing
The
just
first thing I would say is I was sitting in
I'm
the
gonna
No,
back
really
he's just gonna come on and go like, April Fools.
It's just gonna be like release 6 more Shirewolf shirts instead.
Because, no, it's like, isn't April Fools? Can't you do that all month?
I would have done
Do you think my reaction on the above the line Modoc Blanche might have convinced him a little?
110%.
I I think that
I don't know. I'm
knew
the one that
he
put the
needed to get
stipulation
one
that the
of
winning
these.
team should get a shirt.
Off of John Roca,
That's true.
who might
Because I did rant about them having a pillow.
still by the time I get my hands on it.
And stickers, but you can get all of those there.
I was like, come on, Christian. Hashtag raise the stakes.
You want to take on John Roca.
Hashtag give the best team a shirt.
I hope it's Riley because he's a
Top 10 already has a couple shirts.
a decent man who comes from a decent family.
Critically acclaimed has 0.
They have like 3.
I stand
Growling
by what I
Commandos
said.
have a shirt.
Yeah, but I want critically. I mean, Cancel Too Soon has a bunch of shirts too. Never mind. Rob has none. He had Blofeld's cat, and that was it.
With that nonsense.
I stand by what I said.
Yeah, what did Bofo's cat have a shirt? Now the above the line doesn't.
Well, actually, Four Horsemen had a shirt
I would
too,
love a title shot.
Sure.
So,
but that's now
so
outdated.
Whoever wins that title between Roca and Riley,
It's probably still up there.
it is.
Personal level, I guess.
It's a popular one.
Because he's a decent, kind-hearted
Because it's
man.
generic enough to kind of, you can't really tell that that's Bibbs and Burnett, but it's obvious that the best thing is Burnett has a belt in that one because he was the champion when it was made.
I think we can connect on that point.
Sam is like becomes true Sam right here.
Change the shirt because he's got the Star Trek patch right on the side of it.
We look forward to seeing whoever it is champion that you face off with in the near future.
Sam's like true Sam right here.
Had his moment. Sam picked his title, and there we go. So when Sam wants it, all he's got
Okay,
to do
the real
is
question
ask.
I'm
Now
wondering
it's up to you
is,
guys.
does
You like what you
Harloff
watch
dress
today? This
up for the
epic
free-for-all?
free-for-all. Comment.
Definitely.
Because he didn't dress up for Spectacular 2, really.
Up to you guys to do that.
Well, that's because he had to change real quick because he had a match.
So there's the Campia just staring at the camera, not saying anything thing we used to get. I remember that. You would just stare at the camera and not say anything.
Memory.
Oh, the old cover.
See, that look he does. He just sits at the
See you next time.
I miss Booker T.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here's the montage.
Picture montage.
Mike was #1. Nost was 2.
All right, guys.
Nost does like a dark horse.
Over this montage, I'm gonna go and we're gonna exit all of this out. So, Jeremy, what are your final thoughts on the free for all, and where can the good people find you?
The free for all was as fun as I remember it the first time I saw it, and it's been a ton more times since I saw it tonight. But yeah, it's just fun to go back down memory lane and rewatch all the great classics that transpired in this match. The good people can find me on Twitter at WWJTH1. They can find me on the trivia Facebook page and my own personal YouTube account, JTH.
Awesome. Linus, for the little bit that we got to see you, where can the good people find you on? What are your thoughts on whatchamacallit, this match?
Well, watching the lot of the free for all that I did with you guys, it was fun to revisit the magical post-match interviews, but Sam won, and that's really cool. And whenever you get to be reminded about Sam winning something is really awesome. So the free for all is so much fun. So excited for Friday, and this video is awesome. It was so much fun, and the post-match interviews, that's what you want to react to anyways, so it was a choice I made.
Awesome.
But you can find me at, I think, Schmoedown Linus and at the Linus Babcock on Twitter. Join the Above the Line Facebook page and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Kristen, I know we just got a notification. There's a carpool, a Christian carpool, like right now, like at night. Yep, he has a carpool home.
I don't get to watch them because I'm at school, so I'll join.
He's right now. Yep, it's right now. So we're gonna. Yep, he has a
It's gonna be
carpool.
kinda dark.
Right now.
How's he gonna see this stuff?
Yep,
well, it's LA.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
Yeah, it's all good. But where can the good people find you, Kristen?
We're gonna do a live reaction to his car. No, you can find me here on Take 3 doing the summits on the weekends or Mondays, I guess, and also on the reactions and things, and also on Twitter, Instagram, and Stardust at Smith_K10. And also, what I'm doing right now is working on the graphic for the Top 10 Facebook page, which you should go look at on the Top 10 Facebook page. It's a great page to be.
Awesome. And this match was amazing. I loved it from top to bottom. This entire free-for-all is probably one of the best moments in internet national history, and I go back to it again and again and again, and I love it. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, ChrisClark8788. Those numbers mean nothing. You can find me every Wednesday hosting Suddenly Soundtracks. This week's episode is Hunchback of Notre Dame, featuring the question writer Chris Skaliski, and you can also find me every Saturday producing, editing, and being a part of the Schmoedown Rundown on SK Plus and SK Plus. It is available now, starting this week on the Collider Movie Trivia Schmoedown iTunes feed, so make sure you check it out and download it there if you are on iTunes. So guys, take care and keep rocking.